Welcome back to Mik'd. Today is Monday, May 2nd. We have a special guest in studio. He was fucking with me the entire day and yesterday telling me that he was going to come on 12 and he couldn't come. J. Mitch is back in studio, people. He is here. He is ready to go. Welcome back, my friend.
What's up?
Welcome back.
What's good?
Welcome back. What is it? April showers brings May flowers.
Yep.
We're
And liars.
Never had a flower before, but I'll take
We're
it.
in May. This is a good flower. This is a flowerful day today. Mik'd Up is brought to you by Sterling Automotive and a lot of other sponsors. We got Dos Equis showing out. We have Assured Partners.
What?
And
What?
we got Lance Beal.
And
we got Doze.
And
we got Rejuvame.
Yeah.
we got
F45, let's go.
Yeah, that's your sponsor.
Yes.
That's your sponsor.
6:30 tonight.
That's
We'll
your
be
sponsor.
there, baby.
Courtney promise.
Yeah.
That's right.
Guys been going strong, I see.
Hey,
Do I look it?
You like it.
he's working hard. He
busting
has the
out of that shirt.
crackhead mindset on his shirt. It's all right.
That was this weekend.
We got a big show. We got a show went from good to really good to huge.
Huge.
To even enormous.
Even bigger.
In a matter of,
Blacker.
this last part happened in 5 minutes. The other one happened, and Jay Johnson is video call at 11:15. You got King Cade coming in studio at noon. I think. I mean, they said they were coming in. I told them the address.
Thumbs
I'm
up.
assuming they're showing up. Him and Brayden Jobert coming into studio, talk about it. And then we got, which you don't even know yet, we have Damone Clark is coming in studio at 1.
Oh, that's firm.
So we got a
Big show.
big guest list.
You did get thumbs up, though.
Huh?
We're not sure about the Kincaid. He might.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're overthinking this whole
I'm not. I'm with
thumbed
you,
up
dude. I'm
emoji.
nervous.
Yeah, I think Mikey's a little old.
He just gave us
He
a
got
thumbs
mad
up.
because he gave a thumbs up emoji.
I
Like,
believe in it.
yeah.
Believe in it.
If a girl did that to you, what would you think?
Well, we're
I
not
agree.
girls.
Well,
though,
girls
so-
don't tweet like that.
We're
They
not
don't text
girls,
like
though,
that.
so believe
I
it.
know. I'm just
We'll be
okay.
there.
Yeah, don't overthink this thing.
Greg
Um,
Joubert.
Greg Joubert.
Greg Joubert.
We had how was the weekend? I went to the Garth Brooks concert, which was
Girth.
awesome.
Girth,
It was
yeah.
top 3 concerts of my life, and there's not many 1 and 2s.
They were a little-
My number 1 country concert I've ever been to in my entire life is George Strait. I don't think anybody gets better than him as far as like songs, but like performance wise, Garth may be number 1 because that was awesome.
I heard Girth
Awesome.
was holding court in there, like taking
was.
songs, like just whatever you want to sing, he could do.
He covered
Piano Man.
Piano Man.
Did he?
He covered I was like, well, I'm drawing a blank. He covered piano. He
Elton
covered
John.
Yes, he covered all that, and he covered the GOAT, the guy I just talked about.
George Strait.
George Strait.
Lloyd Courtney.
George Strait. He covered
Jared
so
Mitchell.
like to me the fact
Wayne.
that you can cover or you get the permission to cover those guys in concert with 120,000 people shows you how good you are.
That's impressive.
And
Do you know how many people
that
were
was
in
his
there?
first time ever in Baton Rouge, I think, performing in Baton Rouge.
No, since like a long time. Since like a very long time.
The first time he's ever performed Calling Baton Rouge in Baton Rouge. I think so. No.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think
I
he
don't
was
think
here
it was. I'm
early
pretty sure that was it.
2000s.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
I mean,
I
we
feel
were
like
talking.
that's had to have happened before.
Yeah, that's what I
I
would hope. If
don't
not,
think
big,
so.
big swing and a miss by Girth if this was his first.
I
Imagine
don't
the marketing
think
team
so.
figuring that one out. Like,
I-
what?
That had to have
I
happened
don't
before.
think
You know what's crazy? There's this contingency in LSU and Baton Rouge that just loves you. We don't know why.
Yeah.
I think that was his first. I think that was his first time. Thank you.
It caused a
We
seismic
did get a
grab.
text. I texted Cade and he gave me the double click thumbs emoji. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good. You good.
He gave me so which one do you like better? The double click thumbs emoji or the actual response with the thumbs?
Oh,
emoji?
so he thumbs you up and then
he gave me
double
the double
tap.
click. He double tapped me on my text, but thumbed us on
Man
the.
of few words.
So what do you want?
Yeah, it
What do
sounds
you
like
like?
it should be a terrible interview. He doesn't even,
No.
he doesn't even text.
Jesus, Lord.
Doug, have some
Back it
confidence
up.
in us,
Oh,
okay?
my goodness, Lord.
Jesus Christ, you're negative. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. That's what you told me before the show. Debbie Downer. That's what you are.
I'm
Lloyd is
happy.
Debbie Downer. Boy, big draft this weekend for the Tigers. 10 of them got drafted. Big weekend series for the baseball team.
Guess the coach is so good.
It was a huge. Yeah, I think it's an indictment on. There are 10 guys. We set the over under on 4. 10 guys got
And
drafted.
we were struggling to get to that 4.
Yeah, we were like, oh, maybe 4 or 4.5 was it? I was like, I think 5 could be the number. 10 guys.
10.
Second most in the SEC, above Alabama. We went 6-7 last year. 6-7.
10
Now I
guys.
know a couple of these
guys.
Now I know a few of these guys ended up not playing it towards the end of the year. I'm happy Damone's coming in because I didn't think he was going to get drafted because of his back. The spinal fusion's a real deal, Holyfield, bro. You're making contact with somebody and you're an explosive human being. Like
That's a lot of pressure going there.
lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Lot of pressure. Postseason's underway. Basketball postseason is still hot. I love it.
It's going to be hot until what? September?
Yeah.
November.
The basketball season is longer than people think. The basketball season
Playoffs
is a
is
lot.
2 months. It's
Yeah.
literally-
It's a lot longer than people think. Your Yankees are on fire right now. They're balling out. But nobody really wants to talk about that. They want to
No.
talk about the LSU baseball. They want to talk about. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take
It's
that away
okay. At
from
least they
you.
got their shine.
I don't mean to take that away from you.
All,
but-
all they had
He started glowing as soon as you said
Yeah, I
Yankees.
know.
He's like,
Well, look-
yeah, you see it. Yeah.
Hey, I got
see us throw the trash on the field. Yeah,
Hey,
we're
the
back.
document got made, and I saw Yankees was in the headlines. I'm like, oh,
No, I
Jackson.
said Yankees won 9 straight. Winky face.
Yeah,
That's
Jackson-
all I said.
Jackson, a good
Thumbs
move. The
up.
Yankees are
Yeah,
good.
thumbs up.
Everybody's good until the whole outfield gets hurt like they always do, and then that's just. And then we're gonna
Celtics
figure it
lost.
out. The Celtics.
They got their
Jack's like,
kicked
look,
in.
don't
The
put
Celtics
that.
lose. The Bucks are very good. The Celtics lost. I'm sorry.
They didn't lose. They got their teeth kicked in.
Yeah,
They got stomped.
That was a
Yeah,
tough
they
one.
did. They got whooped last night.
Everybody's panicking on LSU basketball. LSU basketball's okay. They're going to be good. If they get Adam Miller back, LSU basketball is going to be very good.
It's a bunch of good news
And-
coming in for Louisiana.
I know.
Garth,
And
Tyron,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Jarvis.
and that's a
forgot
lead.
that
I'm lead.
There's
I'm
too much
burying the
good
lead.
news.
I'm burying the lead. Too much good news. So much good news. But Tyron, your guy,
Love it.
called it,
Love
said
it.
it. Was gonna have it said even after we signed the free agent.
I love it.
I thought in the draft when the Saints traded
Oh,
up,
what's the difference at this point? They're all coming.
when the Saints traded up at 11, I thought they were going to draft a safety.
Did
Hamilton.
you really? I literally called Olave. I'm like, it has to happen.
I know,
There's no
but
way
I
it's
thought
not happening.
I didn't think. I guess because of all the receivers are getting drafted so early.
I only called it because of that. I was like, dude, they were.
But
he's
see, I didn't know they had Olave number 1 on their deal out of probably the guys that
Bro,
they thought they could get.
you-
I thought Treylon Burks is really good. I thought they were maybe going to be settled for Treylon, but
I called this already. You already know how it goes. It goes, you become a top 100 prospect in high school. You go to Ohio State, and your career path is right to the Saints.
no, it's unbelievable.
It's just how it goes, bro. So I was like, oh, this is 100% happening.
So he does that, right? So they draft, but when they trade up, I thought they were going to trade up to get that Kyle Hamilton guy.
Mm-hmm.
I really did from Notre Dame. Now I'm glad they didn't. I think he's a good player. I
Runs
think
a- runs a
no,
4.7.
they didn't.
They didn't need that.
But I knew that
Yeah, I
you.
mean, just think
Slow
about the
as
team right
shit.
now. Like they're legit in win now.
No
Like,
doubt,
they're
no
still
doubt.
in win now. Which
But-
I'm not saying Kyle Hamilton can't help, but
Right. And so, I just didn't. I thought that they weren't going to spend that money to go get a receiver. They did. I'm glad they did. Then they took the offensive tackle. So they're right on brand for both picks. They went Ohio State on brand, and then mid-major school
North Iowa.
offensive lineman.
for how long?
Mid-major
North
offensive
Iowa.
lineman on brand. So I'm like, hey, this is right up the Saints' alley. And then they actually had a really good draft. The rest of the draft.
Yeah.
And then now you get the news today that Tyron is signing, and I'm like, this
Unbelievable.
is awesome. And he's not like
I don't want to celebrate it before it happens.
No, it happened.
No,
go ahead.
ESPN.
Oh,
just-
it
no, it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
I saw the red.
They said that
That's what I thought I saw,
they
too.
said in the coming days he will
Yeah,
sign.
like,
The
it
deal is
I
done.
don't
The deal
wanna
is
celebrate
done.
before it happens, but we
They
can go
say
ahead.
the deal is done. That's what they're saying.
It's not true until Scheffner tweets it. Everybody knows that.
Schefter treated it. No, Ian.
No,
No, Schefter's
Rap show.
Schefter is getting pushed out.
I'm out on Schefter.
Ian
did it to
Rappaport.
himself.
Ian Rappaport is
I'll
better
be
than
honest with you.
Schefter.
I kind of like. I don't know his life like that, like off the field and stuff like that. But I feel like
It's a 9/11
it was.
truther.
I feel like it was kind of like publicized, like how much he had been in New Orleans and like in Louisiana lately. I'm like, why is he here so much right now? I was like,
Well, hey, I mean, look. he thinks.
There's Scheffner?
No.
No.
Tyron.
Who cares about Schefter?
Yeah, he's in New York.
Schefter's the whole reason.
Never-
Honestly,
was wrong name. He didn't even pronounce it right.
Honestly, everybody in the NFL should be so mad at Adam Schefter because he's the only reason that Tom Brady's still playing football.
Yeah, it's his fault.
It's Adam Schefter. If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl and beats all these teams and gets another one, it's Adam Schefter's fault because he ruined the Tom Brady retirement deal. Tom didn't get to do what he wanted to do, so he said, "Fuck you, Adam. I'm coming back and I'm going to
Prove it to you.
win another one, and I'm going to retire on my own terms, and you're going to fuck off." And Schefter has been getting a lot of.
Fuck yous.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of bad pub. I think he's
He's bad at his
Yeah,
job.
he's making the.
Still in the league's pocket.
He is.
Yeah.
But, hey,
At what cost?
Mr. Editor.
Anyway.
He's getting. I think he's getting overshadowed by. I think Ian Rappaport's taking.
And then Tom Brady's going to become an insider, and he's going to take Scheffner's job and his wife and his kids.
Tell you the last
Never
thing
forget.
Never
Tell
forget.
you the last thing Tom wants is to be an insider. When Tom's done with football, Tom's gonna do his deal. He's gonna have his clothing line.
Kill
He's
Adam
gonna do
Schefter.
his TB12 method, and he's gonna start his digital media company that he just started. So like, he's good. I don't think he's gonna want to be.
Tom's good.
I don't think he'd be breaking news and say, "Hey, from my sources."
Hey, could you imagine that being
Tom
Tom Brady?
ESPN?
Wait, could you imagine Tom Brady being
Doing the
breaking it?
stand-up?
But like I'm talking like 15 years from now, when like kids then growing up are like, who's this Tom Brady guy?
Still looks young.
Did you send Jay the email?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure.
I did.
I panicked for a little
Wait,
bit.
I have a
You
Tyron
just
question.
made me nervous a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think Tyron was being a dick to me at the spring
Wait.
game because I saw
I
him
think
and I
it's
was
actually
like,
done. Like,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
done.
yeah, it's done.
He signed it.
Yeah.
I saw him at the spring
10
game and I
minutes
said,
ago.
Tyron, you signed with the Saints, and he went,
Oh, you Scheffnered him.
I think he was just being a dick to me.
No,
Yeah, but they said. I mean, I haven't. I mean, you have. I haven't seen my phone.
Literally,
But
ESPN
Twitter.
10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but Twitter said the deal is done. They just haven't signed it yet. In the coming days.
Agrees
Zoom
to
in.
deal with Saints.
There we go.
10 minutes
I'm happy.
ago. Yeah.
That's great.
It's ESPN.
Welcome back, baby.
Oh,
Schefter broke it.
JB Johnson. Do you know his middle name? Do you know his middle name?
Scheffner?
No, Jay
Is
Johnson.
he in there?
Oh.
No, he just emailed me back. Got it. We'll see you shortly. Thank you.
Perfect.
Exclamation point, exclamation point. See, that's what I'm talking about. Not thumbs. I'm talking about
Ask him
exclamation
about it.
points.
Hey, one's got a little bit more training in media.
Scheffner?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know he's
The pro.
he's a pro. He's a pro.
He's smarter
White
than
pro.
we think, I think. And I think
Who
he's super
thinks he's
smart.
not smart?
I know, but I
Jesus.
think he's even
I bet you
smarter
won't
than
tell
that.
nobody.
Well, Floyd keeps putting all these words on out. He's smarter than we think. What do you mean smarter than we
Jesus,
think?
Floyd.
Smarter than
That's
you
a rough
think,
weekend.
maybe.
No, it's smarter than that.
I mean,
smarter
I don't.
than
I
smart.
think he's a very smart person.
What'd you do
Me
this
too.
weekend, man?
I don't know.
What-
Oh,
what-
he's
what-
trying.
drugs.
He had a banger.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
He went to the
Third
Vincent
eye.
Van Gogh Museum and he was on some PEDs.
I saw art with my third eye.
He legitimately saw it.
Then I saw a guy in a ski mask go on IG Live, and I was like, time to go home. New Orleans, not for me.
What?
Yeah, there's a guy, we were outside of a steak restaurant, and this guy puts on a ski mask and puts his phone on the shelf, and he's like talking. We're like, all right, time for us to go.
Was it
We're in New
gore.com?
Orleans. It was scary.
What?
Oh, that's.
Jesus. What restaurant was this?
Mr. John's Steakhouse.
Okay.
Oh, Mr.
Good
John's.
time,
Mr.
everything.
John's is a big steakhouse. That's
Yeah.
a nice one.
Everything was fun until they ruined the party.
Did y'all
Yeah.
eat there? Did y'all eat
Yep.
there?
No, we just hung out outside.
See, what adult human beings like to do is they like to go to the bar sometimes and have a drink. You don't have to eat at a
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah.
These nice restaurants, you go to the bars.
I'm
and
not a
have
drinker.
drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
okay.
not.
With all that in you, yeah.
My ass.
Okay.
Trying to come at me hot with the
Good
sarcasm.
night.
I was not. You're wrong on that one. You're wrong on that one. You can go to a restaurant and have a drink at the bar.
We did. We had espresso martinis.
There you go. See?
Fire.
Did
You had one?
but after
Yeah.
dinner. Because y'all eat there, apparently.
Yeah, we did.
You're feeling everything.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
You were
he
feeling
was.
Did you finish the night there?
No, we went to Bologna. Do you know that place? Like a late night
Bologna?
place. Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
across the rustic footbridge. Shout
Never
out.
been there.
Captain
No, I've
Sig.
never been there. That's
Never
a
been
new
there.
one to me.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might have heard of it before though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Y'all
did you
will
watch
get
any-
there one day, boys. Don't worry.
Did you watch any?
Keep stay on your
one
path.
Day. One
Yeah,
day.
one day.
Keep working hard.
Yeah.
Working hard, dream big.
Attaboy.
One day we'll be there.
Oh, really?
Hey, did you watch any of the game this weekend? Any series at all?
I well, no, I was kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna lead this. I'm gonna lead the interview. Then you're just
Yeah.
gonna have to follow.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to follow suit.
Come on.
It's you know the
I
interview.
catch
It's
up.
more. You're fine. You're fine. It'll
Box
be
scores.
more.
Box scores give me a good amount. I was on the road. this
Yeah,
week.
it'll be like we talk about a little bit more of the game than the game. You know what I mean? So you know it's all it's accumulation. But
I
LSU
did see the walk up home where like I saw
LSU has put
Crushed
themselves
that one.
I saw Dylan doing Dylan things.
Bro.
I saw that. So,
Hit the
yeah.
scoreboard?
hit the scoreboard, and then the other one was further.
Yeah.
So they
So I did see a little bit.
put themselves in a. He's in.
The legends here.
He's in. They put themselves in a position
Guys,
to.
guys punctual too. Huh?
So wait, yeah. Do we need to take a second break? Are we good? You want to go?
Up to
right
you.
in?
Up to you.
Let's
He's
take
in.
a 15-second break.
Yeah.
Get him locked in. Make this look a little more professional, and then we'll be right back. Jay Johnson is on the video call, so we'll be back in 15 seconds. Actually, I was gonna do a radio bit, but I'm not. We'll be back. 10 seconds.
Not a radio show.
10 seconds for station identification.
They say the aches and pains are inevitable, that it's all downhill after 40. Well, I'm just getting started. They say aches and pains are inevitable, that it's all downhill after 40. Well, I'm just getting started. At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We have the head ball coach for the LSU Baseball Tigers, Jay Johnson, on video call. He is also the DJ of the boombox of the baseball team, and bringing in all the momentum. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I'm definitely not the DJ of that thing.
I heard it was your playlist. That's what I've been told.
I heard, yeah.
I got Rocky IV soundtrack on mine.
That'll get you locked in right there. That'll fire you up. What a weekend! Congratulations, big weekend series. Y'all had a little bit of adversity on Sunday. Came through the adversity. You had the walk off. Cade has been. We talked a little bit about him last week on the show. He has been one of my favorite players to watch, and he's been super clutch for y'all. And he is, obviously he came through again. Talk about a little bit more about what he means to this team, and then I want to get a little bit into the, baseball's a big momentum sport, right? So, it was 2-2, tight game, 8th inning happens, walk, error, gets there. Then you have bottom of the 8th, your best hitter, Dylan Cruz, at the plate on a 3-0 swing, laser to center field. Center fielder comes in, diving catch. Normally, and what kind of happened at some points this year is the momentum got crushed, right? Situation like that, you think, oh, this is our moment. Joubert came in, shut down top of the 9th, come in the bottom of the 9th, sets them up for the walk-off. Talk a little, that's a long-winded question, but talk a little bit about what Cade has meant to the team and then how awesome overcoming that momentum was.
Yeah, I've been saying since I've gotten here, I think Cade's one of the best players in the country. He somehow, some way hasn't gotten recognized by that, like with preseason and accolades and all that kind of stuff. But we're now into the season, and you can make an argument that there aren't very many players in college baseball that are more important to their team's success than Cade. He's such a clutch hitter. He's played really good defense at second base, particularly over the last month. He's a guy you want walking up to the plate in that situation. And once Jacob got a 2-strike single, just kind of looked at him and was like, hey, you know what you're looking for, get it and let's go for it. And he did. And it was awesome to see. Honestly, I wasn't really that surprised. It's almost like he's just got that clutch factor and you expect him to come through. Relative to the game, Dylan got a couple really good swings for us yesterday. We had a couple opportunities that we didn't score on. One, we had to run our third and one out, and Jordan hit the ball hard, just right back at the pitcher. You mentioned the one with Dylan where he had 3-0 green light, of course, after those 2 at-bats earlier in the game, and absolutely drilled that ball. It was a nice play by the center fielder. And then Paul came in and got us off the field quickly. And, we got a chance to get Barry on, and then Cade did his thing. And I think the key to that was we made him throw 38 pitches on Saturday. And so most guys won't come back when they throw that many. And maybe it was just a little bit flat, but those guys were loaded up, ready to hit, and both of them hit some shots for us. And just a great win. Proud of the team.
Yeah, I think people lose sight of that and through the course of a series. If you can, even if you're losing by 4, 5, 6 runs in a game, you string together a few good at bats, and you make them put their closer in a game, and a guy they're going to count on later on in the series, and you make them kind of waste some of the bullets. That comes back in at the back end of the series, and that's an advantage to you. Even though you may not win the game, you've gotten a leg up for the rubber match, and I think people kind of overlook that. Talk about how important. I think another thing people overlook is how important it is to get the guys back into the dugout after an inning like the bottom of the 8th, right? You said, Paul went out there and he had a really quick inning, got the guys in. They didn't even have time to think about the momentum going, right? They had to get back in there, and then they just felt like the momentum was never lost. Talk about how important that is in a baseball game.
Yeah, I mean, both those things. And that was part of the decision-making for me on Saturday. I mean, we're sitting there and we're facing one of the best pitchers in the country, and our guys did a good job against him. I mean, we got some really good swings on him and got the lead. And when we did that, it was like, hey, man, I'm going for it. If these guys are going to take these types of at-bats off a first-round draft pick, there's no way we're not going to try to do it. And then we kind of got to this weird spot in like the 6th where we were down by 2. And you didn't want to, go to Breselman and Gervais and Cooper. I brought Cooper in to see if we could stem the tide there. It was 6-4. And we got in this weird spot where I know we can score quickly, but like you don't want to burn anybody. But my thought was we have to keep them close enough for Woods and Gowan to get in the game. And we got 38 out of Woods and 40 out of Gowan, which, helped us out on Sunday. So that was a big deal. And these SEC games against really good teams, I mean, every pitch of every inning of every game really matters. You cannot take a pitch off. I talk about that with Coach Kelly all the time when he's calling pitches, like, hey, man, like, just make sure we're right here. It's not one of those where it's like, okay, we're just going to groove a fastball and go. That could cost you a game. And I'm really proud of our guys. We're 9-5 in games decided by 2 runs or less. That was a big point of emphasis going into the season. I think they were like 7-14 or 7-16 last year in those games. And I think it's showing some of their toughness. It's showing the good work by the bullpen and the offense just kind of staying with it.
Coach, can you talk about it? We're talking about the momentum of the weekend and how the weekend went. Can you talk about heading into the last month of the regular season, once again, the momentum? Can you sense a feeling of the guys starting to understand how important it is to be playing really good ball, close to your best ball, heading into that last part of the season?
Yeah, I think, I really have tried since I got here to get them to treat every game like it's the Super Bowl. And like every game is a playoff game. And so in that sense, I think we're prepared for it because even though maybe we haven't played like that, that's how we've tried to approach it, which is why we use, our bullpen guys. When there's a chance to go get a win, you get a win. You don't worry about tomorrow. So in that sense, I think it's really good. Like you're not attaching anything different to the last month of the season. With that being said, I think we have a little better feeling of what our team is and what we can do. I think that was a huge confidence builder, obviously coming from behind. I think Saturday in its own weird way was a huge confidence builder to take those quality at bats against those pitchers that Georgia ran out there and put up 7 runs to win that series, to sweep Missouri the weekend before in 3 tight games. And I think they know that they can be successful. And I think we're getting a better understanding. They're getting a better understanding of what they need to do to win those types of games. And then just all the focus goes into those details and you don't get caught up on what's going on the outside or you have to win this many and that. Because honestly, it's fun to talk about on these shows, but to the players, it's just a distraction. And we're not good enough to afford being distracted.
Coach, we talked a lot about how good the bullpen has been and then how good your young starters have been, or really the piggyback on Sunday. Blake Money is your Saturday guy, and he has kind of allowed, or he has the last few times the bullpen has to come in and pitch extended innings. How important how awesome was Dutton on Sunday, going 4 2/3 and kind of extending that part of the game for you and allowing you to save some of the bullets for later on in the game?
Yeah, huge. Georgia's at bats on Saturday were really impressive. I mean, 6 home runs in one game. Yeah. On a day game here that's impressive. And so we just had to find a way to keep them off the barrel. And if you looked at it from a matchup standpoint, going into Sunday's game, I didn't think it particularly looked great for us, on both sides of the ball. So we had to come up with a plan.
Don't say that, Coach. I had a money line. I was riding with the boys. Let's go.
I look at everything. It's probably too
minus 180.
Friday and Saturday. Just kind of looking at the games. Who could who could get them off the barrel, had to be able to mix. You know, they definitely could hit fastballs. They absolutely destroyed like 4 breaking balls that were left up in the zone on Saturday. And we just thought Sam could throw 3 pitches for strikes. He was fresh because he had only thrown an inning and 2/3 the week before. Was really competitive, wanted to get out there and have a little bit better outing. So for him to get that deep into the game was a big deal. Grant coming in and getting an out with a runner on second base. And then Devin Fontenot, first pitch double play, strikeout. Got 3 innings that we desperately needed. I mean, the only mistake he made in the game was the pickoff. Other than that, he was phenomenal, which was huge. And then Paul coming in for an inning. And that's just kind of how we're built. It's like it's not going to be, unfortunately, the Max Scherzer, 7 innings, turn it over to the 8th inning guy, 9th inning guy. We got to piece it together. And all those guys did a really good job. I mean, to hold those guys to 4 hits yesterday after giving up 12 runs and 6 home runs the day before, great job by our pitching staff.
Coach, in baseball, it's individually it's a tough sport. It's a game of failure. Not just at the plate, but obviously defensively or on the mound. And coming into the season, Blake Money was your Friday night guy. He struggled a little bit. He kind of went through a little bit of an injury, struggled a little bit. Is a Saturday guy. And the last few weekends, it just seems like he hasn't been able to kind of get in a rhythm and get things going. What do you see from him, and what do you look forward going forward with him to kind of, because you would think that you would need that number 2 starter going into the postseason to kind of give you a little bit of extended innings. How have you approached that, and have you had any conversations?
Yeah, I mean, we need some innings out of him, whether it's going to continue to be at the front of a game or not. I don't know. We haven't decided that just yet. I think for me, what I'm looking for and what almost all of them have done this year is they're prepared when they come in the game, whether that's the first inning or coming out of the bullpen to get after it and compete. And that first inning's tricky because you're facing the best hitters on the other team. And, we walked the first guy, and then Corey Acton had a heck of a weekend against us. A line drive home run, the second AB, and we're down 2-0. And when you're facing a guy like Cannon, there's not a lot of margin for error. Right. And so for me, it's just you got to come out ready and you got to come out and execute. He certainly has the stuff to do that. I mean, it's a fastball up to 94. We'll touch 95. He's got 2 other pitches. We just need those pitches thrown with conviction. And really he's gotten beat by home runs. And I think that's just about pitching down in the zone and command. So we got to get him back to, the first 3 weeks of the year, not just in terms of like the stats or the numbers, just executing pitches with intent and conviction. And he can get innings for us. And we probably get a couple of us every weekend. And we may just need to shuffle the deck on what that looks like.
So have you had conversations with him about going to the pen? Like, has that been a
No.
Okay,
My conversation with him, the last conversation I had is when I went out to the mound in the first inning and was like, "Look, dude, like we can't do this right now. Like you gotta get on. You gotta get on this right now." No, I said,
Jesus Lord.
Sorry, excuse Floyd over there.
Oh my God.
somebody put that guy in timeout.
Bring me to the pit.
You said it. We've been thinking it.
Yeah, we just needed conviction and competitiveness, and it got us a double play. So that was good. Yep. And then we came out, we got a couple guys on, gave up a run in the second, and then once we threw up that 4 spot against Cannon, I made a decision to go with Hasty because if we were going to compete against that caliber of pitcher that way, we needed every chance to win the game, and I thought making a move right there was the right thing.
Speaking of Hasty, this week for him was awesome. He went in midweek, threw really well, came in on Saturday, threw really well. Is his role going to expand, and is it going to change as the season goes on?
I'm really proud of him. I mean, he didn't pitch in the first 28 games of the season, and frankly, he just wasn't very good in all of fall baseball, January and February leading up to the season. And, we're first-year staff. Like, that's all we have to go on. But we needed some left-handed help, especially with Coleman going down. Cooper was really our only guy, so we got him in against Grambling, and the stuff looked good. And then we were behind at Arkansas. It was a good chance to get him in there. Liked how he executed there, so we're just going to keep giving him opportunities, and he'll be a key factor in what we're doing as we're moving down the stretch here.
That Dylan Cruz guy, he's okay at baseball, I think, huh? He's not too bad.
unreal. Like I like talking about him as a person because I mean, if you anybody could walk in the park and go like, that dude is special, like especially after a game like yesterday. But we're in a hitters meeting showing video of the starter, and I'm kind of walking through what we're gonna do and what our plan is, and I mean he's full on eye contact and nodding his head. I was like, this dude's locked in. Like I don't know that I'd have predicted 2 home runs and an absolute bullet with the game on the line, right. But I knew he was ready to roll, and that's what you get on a daily basis. I mean, it's just the reliability of the person with that kind of talent. That's what future major leaguers and future major league all-stars look like, and that's exactly where he's headed.
I know there are a couple question marks going into the season about how if he was going to be able to handle the transition to center field. He seems like he's awesome out there. He seems that his routes are great, his jumps are great, and he seems like he's in full control in center field, which is what you want, obviously up the middle of the field. But I know there was a question going in. Have you seen that? Is that something that has been obvious, obviously, his development as an outfielder?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple reasons we're doing that. I haven't even thought about it, and it's almost like the catcher thing. Like he's doing a good job if you don't even have to think about it. I think he's great at going back on balls. He's communicating well with the corner outfielders. He's got a terrific throwing arm, and I don't know who the best center fielder in the big leagues is right now. I mean, I don't know if he's that, but he's more than adequate to be one of the best ones in college baseball. And it's why he's going to be a top 1, 2, 3 pick next year. I mean, just the defense, the offense.
I have him going 1-1 next year. That's why.
Anybody that would ask me, that's what I would say too.
Yeah.
Just he does so many things well, and just you can bet on it easily because the character and the makeup are exactly the way they should be.
I want to talk a little bit about a guy that not many people are talking about, and they probably aren't really talking much about him, but I feel like this play was a monumental play on Sunday. Bianco, right? He comes out there in left field, and there's guys in scoring position. Guy hits a ball over his head, hits it pretty well. He goes back on it, and he just seems like he has zero regard for his body, because I've seen him dive over the mountain of a bullpen mound you have, and then he jumps into the fence and he comes off the field, makes a big play, saves a couple runs. How important is the leadership off the bench that he brings to the team? He's been there for a while. He's a son of a coach. He's lived, breathed LSU basically from his dad, and now he's been here. Talk a little bit about him. I know he hasn't played much, but I think he brings a little bit more leadership to the team than most people think.
Yeah, I was really happy for him to make a positive contribution yesterday. It's just kind of been a rough go. Like, I mean, I literally got hired as a coach. He was one of the first players I called. Obviously, had just played against his dad in the Super Regional. I watched LSU in the postseason. He did a nice job in the postseason, and he got hurt in summer ball, had surgery on his shoulder, so he missed the entire fall. And then right when he got back, leading into the season, pulled his hamstring. And so he was out there. Then we were kind of getting him in there a little bit. Runs into the bullpen at Auburn, falls down, re-aggravates the shoulder. So it's been a tough go for him, but I have to give him a lot of credit. I mean, he's stayed really engaged in the games. He's contributed where he can. He took 2 good at bats yesterday, almost had a drag for a hit, and then 2 outs, 2 strikes, put one into the gap. The third guy made a nice play on that would have been 2 RBIs probably. So really good to see him make a good contribution, but he's done a really good job. I know as an older player, sometimes that's hard when you're not at the forefront of things, but been a great teammate, supporting guys, has done a really nice job with that, and huge play yesterday.
Yeah. Coach, can you talk about it? It's great because he actually, bringing that up had sparked my mind a little bit. Can you talk about some of the younger guys on the bench that have been kind of a pleasant surprise to you and that have been able to kind of contribute a little bit off the bench and kind of will be able to be doing the same thing as you move forward through the rest of the season?
Yeah, for sure. I look at the freshman guys, the 4 that really stand out on the pitching side. We talked about Dutton and we talked about Taylor. Those guys have really made a huge impact on us, and I'm proud of them because they got to hit around a little bit, which that's going to happen when you're facing some of the hitters on our team. But they just continue to get better and have really done a good job for us and helped us in conference play. Like, this hasn't been just some cheap preseason innings that they've gotten. I mean, throwing them right into the fire. I mean, we won a series at Florida with those two guys pitching the whole game. Obviously, yesterday they were key. And on the position player side, Josh Pearson and Josh Stevenson, you could kind of see it a little bit in the fall, but it was going to, man, how are we going to get these guys at bats with an older team? And there's just not enough at bats for guys sometimes. But for me, if you get on base, if you move the offense with runners on base, you hit mistakes and you battle with 2 strikes, you really move your way up the ladder. And that's what both of them are doing. And I'm really excited to have them here. I really prefer left-handed hitters. So I think those guys have foundational pieces. Foundational pieces what we're going to do for a long time here.
Good.
Coach, are you starting to feel a little bit of the Alex Box magic, what you were kind of, I mean, you knew of the allure of LSU, but it started like Mikey likes to talk about. The weather warms up.
Yep.
Garth Brooks comes in town. People are out. You start to see a little bit of what LSU baseball is. Are you starting to feel that? Did you feel that this weekend a little bit?
I felt it the whole time. I mean, I know the expectations here and all that, and everybody wants us to win every game, but we're like 23-6 at home. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we've played pretty well. I think the last 2 weekends though, it's been different. You know what I mean? Like, we've had tight games late where we're getting that clutch at bat, that clutch hit. We're getting out of jams, left and right, and the crowd just like pushes the team.
No.
Yeah. It's the way that they do is pretty awesome.
Is it Skip Bertman calling pitches back there? Is that what's driven the team?
Hey, he came in the dugout before the game yesterday.
Smoked a cigarette.
Well, there you go,
Coach. Hey, how did this Drew Brees thing happen? And there's been a lot of comparisons between Drew Brees and Jacob Berry. They look very, very similar. They look like they come from the same family.
Yeah, Perry Berry's in trouble.
Well, they're both studs. I can tell you that. That's for darn sure. What an awesome deal, and it was great. I actually didn't hear about it till a couple days before. I think Bo Lowry, for our medical department, was tight with him. Obviously working for the Saints, had something to do with line. Who's amazing, by the way. Lined that up, and I was in San Diego when he was quarterback of the Chargers, and I remember him getting hurt, and then the ordeal with are they going to choose Phillip Rivers or him? So I've always been a huge Drew Brees fan, and it kind of led into our message before the game yesterday of talking to the team about, hey, this dude over here is 5'11". Okay, like if you stand next to him, you wouldn't know he is one of the greatest athletes of all time. And it was because he dominated everything that was controllable: preparation, mindset, competitiveness. And it was like, that's what I want to see today. And that's what I want to see out of you today. And then he piped in there and gave him a little
what did he say? What did he say?
I wouldn't even do it justice if I tried.
That fired me up watching. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, man, let's go. Let's get it going. And then he looked good throwing out the first pitch too.
Yeah.
I was thinking about having him come in the 8th inning there.
Yeah. Hey, he's been very open about it in his life of baseball being his first love, and so you could kind of see it on the bump yesterday when he threw it that he has some baseball background for sure. Coach, I know you're busy. Last question before we let you go. You're moving down. You have 3 weekends left. You have Alabama this weekend. You have Ole Miss, and you have Vanderbilt. Y'all have put yourselves in a position not only to host a regional, but possibly back into a national seed and a super regional host. Is that something that I know a lot of coaches sometimes shy away from talking about that and talking about those goals with their teams? Is that something that you preach and talk about? Say, hey, this is within our grasp, or is it more, hey, if we do what we need to do every weekend, by the end of the year, we are going to look up and we're going to be a national seed hosting supers in Baton Rouge?
I think it's a little bit of both. Last weekend before Missouri, I actually got on the whiteboard and I explained to them how teams are selected for the NCAA tournament and the RPI and all of that. And basically, like, you have to earn your way into this. Right. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a given deal. There's like 319 teams that play baseball. Only 64 get to go. We only have control of one automatic bid, which is the SEC tournament. So we have to be in the top 10% of teams to make it into the NCAA tournament. A lot harder than people think that it is. And then here's how they select them, and tried to bring some external motivation to that. And then we kind of moved forward a little bit and said, okay, now there's a lot of reasons that playing at home season is a big deal. For me, it makes it like every other game. And that's so valuable when you're playing playoff baseball, is how normal can you make it, because winning and losing is going to be about the play. And so I think they're well aware of it based on, kind of how we laid that out 2 weeks ago. And then ultimately we want to bring it back to what do we need to do today to play well and be successful. I have too much respect for the teams in the league and the competition that we play to even remotely go like, it's not even really on our radar. They want to do it. I want to do it. The fans want to do it. So let's start focusing on the things that are going to help us do it.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. Y'all are playing some unbelievable baseball. I'm looking forward to seeing these last 3 weeks in the SC tournament and the postseason. I'm looking forward to watching
Supers
y'all.
at the box.
Yeah, supers at the box are always fun. That makes the road a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yes, I will sign up. I'll be right there watching y'all, supporting y'all. Coach, enjoy and Monday, I'm assuming y'all have the day off today. Enjoy the day off. I know you don't really have a day off for yourself, but the boys have a day off. A couple of them are coming in this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to talking to them a little bit. Yeah, Cade and Joubert, they're both coming in. So, nice. Coach, good luck the rest of the way. Good luck this weekend. Talk to you next week, hopefully. And
did Drew Brees spill the beans on his hair? Is it real or is it fake? Is that toupee?
Hey, I mean, like, when I was standing there, like, I'm pretty content in my life. Like, I'm right where I want to be, but I was like, yeah, this might be one dude I would trade my life.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Everything he touches turns to the goal for sure. Coach, thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck this weekend.
All right. Thanks. See you later.
All right.
What a stud.
He put you in timeout.
He did. I like that.
Lord,
he put your
ass in timeout. He's like, can we get this guy in timeout?
Lord, you are a fucking shit show.
Oh, my God. Hey, that's great, though.
I think he would like to coach me.
That's what it's
coachable moment.
I do not know if he would like to coach you.
Lord, your goal for everyone that comes in or on should be, can I make you embarrassed for a second?
This is great, though. This is great. You need that.
Loosen
You
him
need
up.
that guy.
Loosen him up.
You need that guy. He's awesome. I think
He's the best.
He loves the question. He's very engaging. He's very open. I mean,
smart, like I
I
said.
told him, he said, nut up. He started laughing.
Well,
maybe he wanted to say that. That's not what he said. Maybe he wanted to say it.
No. I was thinking it. I didn't say it.
He's got a good pulse on the team, though.
He does.
For sure. You can tell.
He's finding his way. He's finding the groove.
You can tell he understands. He understands the culture. He understands the team. He understands what's going on with the team. And he's not afraid. He makes the moves to win. He's not afraid to make the hard decision. Because for him, it's all about winning. It's not about making someone happy or not happy. And he's going to be hard on you. And he's going to be tough and criticize when he needs to. Obviously, constructive criticism. But he's also going to give you your flowers when you need it. And he's going to be your biggest fan. He's going to support you whenever you need it. When you need support. And I'm a huge fan of his. I think that he's finding his way for sure. And I don't think the work ethic and the ability to coach is never the issue. It's just having to figure out new team, new staff, new place. And I think he's starting to do that.
Do you think that he handles the bullpen kind of like a major league
He does.
bullpen?
As we talked about last week. I think he does. He makes pitching changes. Now, I meant to ask him. I forgot again.
Call him back.
I need to put it on there. I want to ask him, like, what it goes into. Is it strategy to take guys out mid-count? Because he does that a lot. I don't see that normally. And he does that a lot. And I wonder if that's a strategy thing for the guy hitting or if, there's something behind that. But, yeah, he does. He makes the moves based off of what a big league manager would make a move. And he I think that's the hardest part of being a head coach or a manager, and he does a very good job of that. So
I was reading the chat. I'm sorry.
that's good. We need to get in the chat.
Yeah,
I can't get
right,
it.
yeah.
I can't multitask. That's y'all.
I know that's what I was trying to do.
You need to let me know what's going on.
Rico,
I would love to get in
it's
the
all
chat.
love, Rico. It's all love. Don't you worry. So we didn't get his flowers yet, so I have to give Rico a
happened?
shout out. No, Rico he loves attention, so I have to give him a little. So good to have Jared back.
It is great.
band's
Dude,
back
I'm pumped
together.
to hear, man. That made my day. That made my day. We got the boys coming in. I don't know when they're coming in.
Thumbs
they're
up.
Coming. They gave me the
They used to
address.
be thumbs down guys. Now they're thumbs
No,
up
they used
guys.
to be just ignore guys.
Yeah.
We're not getting ignored.
What song do they play on the boombox? Do you know?
That's what we got to ask them.
Okay. Hard hitting questions here.
That's it. We're gonna ask them that. We're gonna ask them about a lot of things. But it's I'm looking forward to that.
Red Bull.
No, what is that?
Oh, this is BioLite. No free ads.
What are we doing giving free ads over here?
I said no free ads.
You just gave it BioLite, no free ads.
Literally,
I
you put it on there and everything. You could have just spun the bottle
at
for me.
F45.
There we go.
There
I
we
see
go.
what you're doing.
There we
I
go.
see the tie-in.
Hydrate before you hydrate.
I respect that.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good job on the interview.
Thank you. I didn't feel like I crushed that one. It might be my best interview
fine.
yet.
Yeah, especially when you get someone laughing at you, said you need to put your time out. I think that's a good
That's
move.
really what I go
Hey,
for.
he had a lot of quotable. He had some good stuff. He had some good info. People are going to be questioning: Is Blake Money going to the bullpen? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's not what he
Sack
meant.
up.
That's not what he meant when he said that we've had conversations about front end and back end stuff. But
We need to get Blake in here this week.
I'm terrified that
yeah,
Blake
just
is
for
going to
him and
come
Lloyd to
here.
go
yeah, he's a big man. He's like 6'7", so he's a big human being.
See how much Lloyd
He'll
talks
squish
to
you. He'll
That'd be
squish you.
well, that's why I have you two here. A little muscle.
He's bigger than us.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
He's 6'7". We're not even close to 6'7". Coach, I tell you what, if I was 6'7", I'd be playing basketball. I wouldn't
Oh,
be
you're
playing...
telling Blake Money to quit baseball and play basketball?
No, but that's what I would do.
Wow.
Personally,
What a
I
take.
would.
Come on the show, defend your honor.
What a take by you.
You said
take.
that.
You love putting words in people's mouths.
That's right.
That's
Lloyd
what you-
hears one thing that's said,
Yeah.
it completely computes as something completely different.
Unbelievable.
I feel like we all hear the same thing.
Unbelievable.
So if you were 6'7", you tell Blake he should play basketball?
Stinks
Wait,
at
what?
baseball.
Hey,
huh?
Cade
You
hit
try to
that
move him to the bullpen. now you want him
huh?
to play a different sport.
Oh, I'm moving him to the bullpen.
You did.
No, did I win?
Just now.
I make that decision?
I think so.
Do I? I would. If I made the decision, I'd be making a lot more money than I'm making on the show. That's for sure.
Hey, you know who's been hot since he's come on the show? It's Jay Johnson.
What?
Couple winning weekends since he's been on the show 2 weeks in a row.
Hey. Hey, maybe
Might have to
good
come back
luck.
next
Good luck,
week.
Charms. Oh, he's coming back. I'm making that happen.
I think he likes us.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
not
does
me.
like us. It's a different conversation. We're not asking him questions about.
Maybe not me.
It's okay. Sometimes you need. Sometimes, hey, hate and love are very close to each other.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
There's a fine
There's a
line.
fine line.
Players
But
coach.
you need somebody to like make him laugh, and you made it. Like if he wasn't laughing at you, I'd be like, hey Lloyd, whenever
Time out.
Jay comes on, you know you can't talk. But he laughs at your questions. And
He laughed at
you.
it and he addressed it. He didn't actually
Right.
answer it what you wanted, but he addressed it. So
Yeah.
he's fine with it.
Yeah.
He likes it. He likes the little
Is that-
banner.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Maneri likes you.
I disagree.
I love it. I love that.
So Coach
disagree.
Maneri doesn't laugh at you or acknowledge your question. So I don't
He
think he
doesn't
likes
acknowledge my question. Good. Retire, Paul. I'll see you at U Club.
you. He already is retired.
I know.
Tell him you can beat him in
He'll
in
beat
a
you
round.
in golf though too.
Tell him you
Put
can
a
beat him
snake
around.
on the course. Ooh.
Oh my god.
But he's definitely not gonna like you now. I do want to get him on Friday. We have a big announcements coming on
I'm
Friday.
off, Paul. If he's
So we've been taught. We have a couple things that we need to promo this week. We have our show is from 4:30 to 6 at Earl's. Thank God Jared's back because now we can bring. So we've had some of open forum to our friends. Sean came in, loved it.
Yeah.
Bo came in, loved it. Clay Moffitt came in, loved it. I'm trying to get Nate Fury. If you listen to this, I know you listen to it at some point. When you listen to this, I need to have you on our show, whether it's Monday or Wednesday or Fridays.
Friday.
I need you to come on, and we're going to have a segment just for you, and it's going to be Nate Hates. Because I'm going to let you come and talk about all the things you hate. Give me 5 minutes of what you don't like.
That's very
very on brand for
It's a
you.
very endearing segment for Nate, right? That's
But
perfect for him.
we have a huge show this Friday that I want to promo at Earl's.
Friday. Let's get to Thursday before we get to Friday.
Okay. Thursday, we are partnering with Modesto.
Yeah.
Thursday, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the calendar, today is the 2nd, tomorrow is the 3rd, Wednesday is the 4th,
and Friday.
and Thursday is the 5th, right? So 5th of May would be called, what is that called? Lloyd?
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, which is if you've been living under a rock and you're not sure what's going on, is a huge day for people who like margaritas
Me.
and Mexican cuisine.
Me.
And Modesto has all of those. And what Modesto is doing is they have a block party, and we are partnering with Modesto. There we go. As the block party starts at 3, there's going to be live music throughout the day, throughout Cinco de Mayo. They're also having a cornhole tournament from 5 to 7. We are promoting this because they would like people to sign up. They are having prizes. They have gift cards, cash prizes, signed merch from us, free drinks. There's going to be a lot of different things that you're going to be able to get by signing up and participating in this cornhole tournament. Everybody in Louisiana likes to tailgate, so everybody in Louisiana knows how to play cornhole. And everybody in Louisiana is probably pretty decent at cornhole, and you're probably better at cornhole when you have a couple margaritas in you, and you have some fajitas, and you have some quesadillas, and you have all this different food that they're going to offer to you. They have really cool promos, and they have really cool things, and it's going to be a block party, and it's going to be in a parking lot / restaurant, and there's going to be a lot of things going on. And it's Cinco de Mayo, and why else would you not go there but to drink and have fun and enjoy us? We are going to be there.
Get boozed up.
We are going to be
Have a kid.
commentating, sort of, on the cornhole tournament. We're going to be drinking with you. We're going to be talking shit to you. We're going to be praising you. If you make a bad shot, we're going to let you know it. If you make a good shot, we're going to let you know it. But come out and hang with us. We're going to be at Modesto. This is Thursday, Cinco de Mayo, from 3 until 7-ish. I don't know when it officially ends. It ends. The party don't start till we walk in.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean? And we don't. We
Lights,
usually don't
camera,
leave
action
until
without
we
walk
usually don't
through
leave
the
until
door.
the thing ends. But in the meantime,
Blake Money's going to be in a cornhole team with me. Maybe.
I don't think he's probably not going to be at Cinco de Mayo because they have a big series this
yeah.
weekend. So
If he's there, I think he's going to be on the opposite side of you. Like
If he's
that.
there,
That's
he's
how
probably
cornhole
going to
works.
Throwing bean
If
bags
he's there,
at
he's going to
you.
go instead of underhand cornhole, he's going to take the bag, go overhand, hit you right in the face.
Throwing bean bags at you. He's not
What
shooting
I
you.
do when I play cornhole, I do shoot it like a basketball. How obnoxious is that?
I mean, that's right on brand.
It is.
mean,
But I'm better at it
There's
that
no way
way
you're any good then.
You don't get any slide. You don't get any
Zero
slide.
slide. It's
I just
stick
go
and
straight
bounce.
You get the
in.
dunk.
Yeah.
Don't you break the boards? You're a
Yeah.
board breaker.
No, I just go all net. Straight in.
No shot.
No chances.
No shot. You're that wet. Oh, the
Lloyd
cornhole.
is already he's at the bottom of the cornhole
Yeah.
in this building right now. There's no ways.
You're the last pick in the draft.
We'll find out Thursday.
Yeah, we are. Are you going to participate? Are you going to judge or are you going to participate in the tournament?
He's gonna
Maybe
participate
both.
and hydrate.
You can't judge if you're participating.
Definitely will be hydrated.
Yes.
Are you
You'll be very
frozen
hydrated.
margarita or?
I'm a frozen margarita
Me
guy.
too.
I don't mind. But I do both.
Either
but
or. Come on now. Either
or.
I do both, but if it's
I think
if
you
it's
can
not,
enjoy more frozen.
Yeah, but if it's not frozen, it needs to be high quality tequila.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
all they have at Modesto. I did one last night just to make sure everything.
Just
was
to
on
make
their,
sure?
Their
Okay.
P's and Q's.
Test cute. Test.
Oh,
test.
you
test.
tested it out on
Yeah,
Sunday night, huh?
blood orange margarita. Very
So
good.
we are going to be promoting that all week. We're going to be putting social tweets out about it, giving you all these things. But the other thing that this is a big week for the Mik'd Up show. The other thing that we need to promo is our show is every Friday from 4:30 to 6 at Uncle Earl's. We are partnering with Caesars. Caesars has a watch party for the LSU baseball game, which this Friday is a lot bigger game than it was 4 weeks ago. LSU is in prime condition or prime position, not condition, maybe in condition to be in position to make a deep run in the postseason and host postseason baseball at Alex Box Stadium. I think I'm not saying a lock, but they're in a very good position to host a regional. If they go ahead and win this series, they're in a very good position to possibly be a super regional host, a national seed. Come out and support. Caesars is doing a watch party for the entire game. Our show is 4:30 to 6. There will have food, drinks, promos, gift cards, and I'm sure promo codes to sign up for Caesars. This is at 4:30 from 4:30 to 6 this weekend at Uncle Earl's. We are going to be there. Come and watch the show. Come and ask questions. We're going to have me, Jay Mitch, Floyd, Jackie, Stewie, all the boys. Like I said, it's an open forum on Fridays. We drink on set. We have a good time. It's a
Speak
lot
for yourself.
looser. We talk about LSU baseball. We talk about sports. We talk about whatever we want to
Relationships.
talk. Whatever we want to. We talk about Lloyd's progression as a F-45 ambassador. We talk about
148 pounds.
what do we
Nothing
talk about?
but
148. You're right there. You're right. That's your
60%
fighting weight.
body fat. I'm trying to get down to 12.
12. Okay, well, that's a good one.
I got to go to
You're
death.
at 15 right now.
16.
No, he's more than that. Yeah, 16.
Did you get on the
More than
in-body?
15.
I did. I didn't know how to work it. They kept.
You had to sit
Yeah, my
still.
arms were-
Did you
Oh.
get naked on it?
I took my shoes off,
That's it.
which is basically naked for me.
Come on.
You have to be in your tights.
All right, you gotta go. You gotta go naked next
Oh,
time.
I'll go again. I'll do it again.
Not for
naked.
me.
Everything
you're
out,
saying
though.
Bo
you
has
need
to be there if I'm getting naked.
Okay. Okay. It's gonna be it's a big week for us.
Caesar's gonna be huge.
Caesar's gonna be huge. We're in talks. There's some things happening.
I don't know why you don't listen to me. My gambling. I am scorching hot.
Are you
On fire.
Talk to me about that. How on fire are you?
Oh man, have you ever seen, like, you haven't seen this, but whenever after you make a bet and they tell you that you win, they give you a little.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No, and they give
I
you
haven't
like a little
gotten the confetti
celebration.
and the W's.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I have a few W's on
They
there.
call me Emperor. Oh, the Caesars
I
app.
did. Speaking of, and this is gonna be a big W, right? And you can thank me later. I put a future out on Kevin Gausman to win the Cy Young. Because if you have not looked at Kevin Gausman, if you haven't been paying attention to baseball, and you're not, first of all, you haven't been watching Kevin Gausman, and you like baseball, then you're not a true LSU fan because that's an LSU guy who's balling out, got a big
Doing
contract.
special things right
Yeah, which
dual citizenship. He's Canadian
He
now.
does not have dual citizenship. I don't think. I would assume not. I don't think you can get your citizenship in less than a year. But yeah, it's a visa.
This guy's been there for.
He has not given up he has not walked a guy or given up a home run in any of his first 5 starts. He is absolutely dealing, and I got him at plus 1,200 to win the Cy Young as a future. Now I'm sure 2 starts ago he was probably more than that, and I was a little late to the party. Don't miss this. You're gonna get plus money, but you'd rather if he's plus 500, you'd rather him get plus 1,200. Right now, to me, he's the leader in the clubhouse. Now obviously it's super early. It's only a month. In a week into the season, really a month into the season. So, but that's my future. That's my bet. I made a mistake.
Yeah, he did. You don't listen.
No, it wasn't that. I was looking at it. I made a mistake. I really did want to take Miami. I don't know why I took Philly.
Yeah,
I meant to take Miami, and I can't get out of it.
Yeah, they won't let you cash out. They leg locked you. Figure 4.
So I'm gonna have to go hedge that.
Because you're usually allowed to cash out from the app, but they realized Mikey made a massive mistake.
I made a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. I fucked up.
It's not your fault.
It is my fault.
Yeah.
It's squarely my fault. But wait.
Are they letting you cash out now?
They're here. Can someone go get the boys out the thing?
But I have money line parlay today, Heat and Mavericks.
See, I wanted the Heat. I have the Mavericks. I have the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Mavs winning. I have the Mavericks.
Yeah, dude.
winning.
Suns coming off a tough series.
Yes.
I think
I have the money line. They're playing they're playing in Dallas. No
clue. Doesn't matter.
They're playing in Phoenix.
That's a huge wow.
I think that I have them winning. I think Luka's gonna go. I think they're winning. Are you on that? Are you on board with that?
Dude, Chris Paul just got put through the ringer.
Huh?
Chris Paul just got put through the ringer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I have. Look, Devin Booker. I know he's been playing.
No, I mean he just got back. He's not.
I
mean he hasn't been. He wasn't pre-playoffs. Devin the last.
Yeah,
Have they had their
that.
team meeting yet? The Suns. The Suns with the.
No, they got curfew. They can't do that anymore.
Oh.
I have them winning, but that's not important. What's important?
That's what fixed his hamstring.
What's important are the boys are in. You got them in the studio, coming off of walk-off homers, coming off a weekend series.
Surprised he's wearing a
We're
shirt.
gonna talk about it. We'll be about it. We're going to take a little bit of a break and then get them set up, and we will be right back. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. All right, what we're going to do is have to set this mic up. Our What's for Lunch segment is brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. Maybe the best burger in town. If you're not looking for lunch, you're looking for dinner, go check out Doe's Eat Place. They have unbelievable choice of meats. They have unbelievable tamales. They have a great atmosphere, great vibes. If you're looking for a homey Louisiana type of atmosphere, but you're looking for high quality food, Doe's Eat Place is your spot. Go in the back bar, sit at the bar, have a couple drinks, watch some games, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the vibes. Check out Doe's Eat Place, the best place in Baton Rouge to get your meats. Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mik'd Up. I want to talk a little bit about my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette. They're locally owned and operated for over 25 years. They have 13 locations, 4 in Opelousas, 5 in Lafayette, 1 in Broussard, 2 in Jennings, 1 in Crowley. They sell any type of car you could possibly find: Buicks, GMC, Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia, along with 5 pre-owned locations. They have over 1,500 cars in inventory on site. Unbelievable service, unbelievable people. If you're like me and you're on the go, they can sell and they can ship you cars up to 200 miles. Unbelievably convenient. Again, my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette, go to their website at saveatsterling.com. Awesome people, go check them out. Welcome back to Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Lloyd is on timeout. I'm not giving him any questions.
Oh, I control
No
the microphones
questions
here.
I know. I know. Well, I can't use a
I'm in
producer.
control of the
That's not my
board.
problem. That's not my problem. We got the boys in. Kincaid, walk-off homer, welcome in. Brady and Joubert, welcome in, boys.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming in. This it's been a long time coming. The 11 to 1 time slots. I know it's tough for y'all in class. Y'all are student athletes. Student coming first, supposedly, but y'all are in class doing things. But welcome in. Big weekend. Big weekend for y'all. Y'all.
D. Jacobson let him out. It's very nice of her.
D's. I don't think D. We have to worry about D much. I think D's.
You owe
she
me extra
understands.
credit, D. I did that work.
D understands what goes on.
What's going on?
She understands. But 5 weeks ago, because it's LSU and because it's Baton Rouge and because everybody loves baseball here, everybody's panicking, thinking that, oh shit, what the hell is gonna happen? Are the boys gonna be ready? Are they gonna make the playoffs? Now, not only are y'all gonna make the playoffs, postseason, y'all have put yourselves in a position to host and have postseason baseball here. Do y'all feel that going into this past weekend? Do y'all feel that like, hey, we are in a position, we need to start winning? Do y'all put the pressure on? Did y'all feel like we're good? Some of the things that happened early in the season were just kind of fluky, and we knew that eventually we were gonna, kind of be those guys.
I would definitely say it's a little bit of both. We knew this was a really big series coming in, but we kind of stuck to our plan, and Coach Johnson has a great plan that he sets out game to game, and we really executed well this weekend. So,
I've been a huge fan of both of y'all. We had a little conversation when I was doing outfield stuff in the outfield, and I've obviously watched you from afar for the last 3 years. I have been on the Cade Doughty fan club, right? I've been the leader of the fan club. I don't understand why you don't get enough pub. I don't get it. Does that fuel you? Does that motivate you, or you say, fuck it, I'm good enough. I'm just gonna go out there and play and allow my play to speak for itself?
honestly, I don't really look to that stuff real much. I mean, if we're winning, then I think it'll take care of itself. So, let them sleep. I don't
love that.
I don't really care. But
I love that.
That shirt is fire.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is my goat right here, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, y'all trying to get him in there. You had Drew come in there. You're trying to get him.
No, I was.
Maybe we'll eat some dubs for you in the
Cade, Doughty, Jameis Winston, and Tyrann Mathieu together again.
No, I told everybody I'm definitely catching that first pitch if Jameis comes. So.
I love fans.
Hey, former baseball player.
Yeah.
Through 94, 95 off the bump. I think he was a little. I think he was a little overrated as a baseball player, but I like him as a quarterback.
The arm was still there.
Yeah, the arm was there. Goofy.
The fastball still worked.
Yeah,
I don't know.
fastball worked. I don't know how good it was, but it was there. It was 95. May have been light, but it was there.
That spider attack. It was crab leg.
Yeah, no spider tag. No spider tag.
Crap.
Braden,
Stops over here.
your route and how you got to LSU is pretty cool, right? So you were at Nichols, transferred from Nichols, went to Delgado, and then left Delgado and came here, right? Talk a little bit about your journey, how you got here. Was LSU always the ultimate destination for you? And what has been, because you came out, I mean, you have what, 12 homers, 13 homers? And I don't think people expected that coming in. The first time you hit, the first at-bat that you had, the first homer I saw you hit, me and Jared watching the game, I was like, I fucking love that guy's swing. I think his swing is sexy, and I think it's gonna play, and it has. Talk to me about your journey, and two, what has been the biggest adjustment moving from Nichols to Delgado to LSU?
Yeah, so in high school, when I was a sophomore, I committed to Alabama. And
see?
Oh, you and
See?
Mikey both.
See?
Turncoats.
I didn't commit.
Yeah.
I didn't offer. I would have.
So I was committed to Alabama to coach golf over there. And he got fired. I still really don't know what happened. So I decommitted from there, and my dad played at Nichols. So, it was a pretty easy decision for me to go to Nichols out of high school, considering my father went there, and, I wanted to follow in his footsteps. And so after that was the COVID season, my freshman year. After that, I had a pretty decent year as a freshman, and I just felt like, it wasn't really the place for me anymore. I wanted to, go explore more options. Yeah, and my grandmother also had cancer, so I wanted to go be closer to her, with her last few months, and she unfortunately passed away not too long after that. But before I even, went to Delgado, I was committed to LSU because Nolan was trying to, get me to transfer straight from Nichols to LSU. but the transfer portal wasn't really with all
you
the
had to
rules
sit
now.
out?
Well, if I went to LSU, I would have had to sit out, yes.
Damn.
But I went to Delgado, and I had an absolute blast, and Coach Joe Sherman is unbelievable. Yeah,
great.
he's unbelievable. So I learned, so much from him, and I'm very thankful that I ended up going there, and yeah, now I'm here. So just the adjustment really is, it hasn't been much of a change for me. It's just been, baseball the whole time.
Yep.
So, yeah, I would just really say, just the competition is really the only adjustment that's been made from each level. But, yeah, man, I'm very, very thankful for the process that I went through.
I think the Tiger faithful is thankful too that you're here. So.
Yeah. Talk to us about, like you said, it's been 3 places basically in 3 years. Talk to us about coming into this clubhouse and having older guys like him welcome you in, and the camaraderie y'all have and the relationships y'all have as a team. Talk to us about that. How's it been for you?
Yeah, man.
Being a first year guy, but being, here you go.
Coming in, like going into Nichols as a freshman, it was a lot different coming in as a JUCO player to here.
Yeah.
Like right when I got here, man, I felt like I've been here for 3 years.
A little more attention in Baton Rouge. You get a little more crowd here than Nichols. Yeah.
But man, like they welcomed me in like with open arms, and it was unbelievable. I knew Dylan, I knew Cade. I knew like maybe 3 or 4 people, and like right when I got to meet the whole squad, it was awesome. I felt like I was a part of it for a long time, and we have a bunch of amazing guys, and yeah, it's been incredible for me.
Nice. That's
Well,
good.
I'm glad. Obviously, I'm glad the adjustment has gone well. It looks good for me. There's been a lot being talked about this year, throughout the course of the year, about the defense. And about how everybody has the fix, right? Like everybody's like, oh, this is what we need to do, this is what we need to do. At some point, you got to take a step back and you're like, hey, sometimes baseball just happens and shit happens and things just happen. Like it's not because we're not playing hard or not working hard. It's not because we're not trying to make the play. Sometimes it just shit goes wrong and it happens and you just got to fight through it and battle through it. I know, I'm not going to say have y'all felt it because I know that y'all feel it and y'all hear it and y'all, it's something that affects you. You don't want to not play well, and you don't want the fans to not be supportive of you. So I know that you feel it, but what is the message between? Because that we've talked about it. For me, it comes from the players. Like, hey, we can do all we want. Like we've got to figure out how to bond together. What was the message between y'all within Coach Johnson and between the players? How did y'all get through that, and how have y'all getting through that?
We really just take it day by day. Just trying to improve. It's easy to say, like, get your glove down and do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, we got to make the plays. So it's really just, improving day to day, working hard in practice and, just getting reps and working on different scenarios, different balls, and really just, trying to make the play.
So Jay coming in was an offensive guy, right? Like that was what he's known for. Is like his offense has always been good. What has been the biggest difference? Like what has he instilled in y'all as far as approach and hitting that y'all maybe not have known or didn't focus as much on in the prior years?
For me, it's probably pitch selection. I'd kind of the last couple of years kind of swinging at borderline pitches, getting myself out. So really just focusing on one pitch, one spot, and not missing it and getting a good barrel on it.
Who controls the boombox?
Drew.
Drew? You called it.
Good
You
call.
did.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we playing?
What's on there? What is the
tunes? Are we
playlist?
going like early
It's just one
2000s?
song.
Yeah, it's one song.
Just one song.
One song and one
Is
song
this
only.
a private song, or is this song we letting this thing out?
Oh, it's called Crunk Ain't Dead.
Well, I love that.
There it
I
is.
don't know what it sounds like. I don't
It
know
is.
who by who.
So we were in Arkansas, and they played it after somebody hit a home run there, and it was like, it was
Crunk.
not good for us, but it was like
Awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh, so y'all stole it.
Yeah, so we
I
stole it
love
from
that.
them.
Made it
We
our
just
own.
started playing it. We played it in the locker room like 6 times in a row, and we were going insane. We just started playing it on the boombox.
I love that.
It's
I love
awesome.
it. I love that Jay loves it. I love that he loves it to go. I know he warned y'all,
Yeah,
but
it's
well, you're mad at him for saying that. You're mad at him for saying
We
that.
didn't steal it, man. It was
No,
in the air.
it's all free.
We
Yeah,
just-
they
Yeah.
didn't create that. They didn't make the
exactly.
song. If they made
Yeah.
the song, that's fine. Yeah, y'all don't steal it.
Yeah, they only played it once. Now we're playing it on repeat. It's
Yeah,
ours now.
exactly.
Yeah. It was up, like you said, up in the air. It was on waivers.
What are y'all? Did y'all host a regional last year? Did y'all have a regional here? No, y'all weren't.
Big sports
here.
show.
I forget because COVID messed me up. It got pushed
Yeah.
back. So you never had postseason baseball in Baton Rouge. What are y'all looking most forward to if that is the case? I can tell you, when we play here, and you have postseason baseball here, it is like a football game. You come out early, there's people tailgating, and you smell it and you feel it, and it's like a true energy. So like, I know you've seen it. You're from this area. Both are from Louisiana, so y'all have seen postseason baseball. What are y'all looking most forward to see that and feel that?
Probably just the atmosphere. To be honest, I haven't like really thought about that far down the road, but I've grown up here like you said, and the atmosphere at postseason baseball seems second to none. So
Yeah,
definitely. Jay's really, he's really focused on the next game. He doesn't like to look too much in the future, but we've all been thinking about it, and it'll just be awesome to play at the box. In the postseason. It's
big weekend for you.
Yeah.
You're going to Alabama or playing Alabama.
Yeah.
It's a big one for you.
I know a lot of guys over there, and it should be fun. I'm excited.
How are they? How's Alabama?
Lame as shit.
Are they all right? They're pretty solid. I mean,
I think they got swept.
they got swept. 'Cause I know they're 9-9 going to the weekend.
Yeah.
Now they got swept, so now they're a little bit behind y'all because y'all are like fighting, jockeying. But now y'all are in a position to go. So y'all go Alabama home, at Alabama, Ole Miss at home, and Vandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all got 3, I would say, winnable series. I know y'all don't look too far ahead. I'm not trying to get y'all in trouble. I'm supposed to look that far ahead. I think y'all put yourselves in a position to make a run. What has been the biggest thing for y'all that you see that from the beginning of the season until now? Because for me, it looks like the team has kind of figured out the vibe of the team, right? Like it kind of feels like the guys kind of figure out like what flows well, what goes well, what meshes well, and the chemistry of the team has kind of evolved, and like y'all kind of feel like who y'all are. Do y'all feel that, and what's changed that? And like, was there a monumental moment of like, hey, we got to figure our shit out, or we're not going to be where we need to be?
So I really feel like the Saturday game against Florida really made us realize like what we could be, So we were, struggling a little bit before that. We had a lot of guys step up and, talk to the team, and, that Saturday we just exploded. And the energy was insane. We played really good, and that's what we really saw that what we were capable of. And after that, I feel like we just took off, and I feel like that was the turning point in the season for us, for sure. Yeah.
What I've noticed is the more teams talk shit to y'all, the better y'all play, right? Like the chippier it gets, the better, and that's, to me, that's a sign of a really good team. Because if you don't have those juices, and you don't have that,
well, let's be honest. I mean, that's pretty much what postseason baseball turns into.
No doubt. Like it's
you kind of hear everything about it, so like it's got that feel of like I'm stepping up.
Nah, don't be like the fucking bullshit Tennessee shit and their front runners.
Yeah.
Like that's not like. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, bro.
Did y'all saw that?
With the coach
Fucking
throwing
Tony,
the bat, yeah.
Motherfucker, throwing the
man.
back at the guy who pimped the homer after they fucking disrespected everybody.
It's literally everything we've heard about him for a long time though. So really not that.
No, I haven't heard.
At least they got rid of the fucking daddy
It is
hat.
what it is.
Jesus Christ, grow up.
Huh?
The daddy hat. Like
Who has a daddy hat?
that Tennessee did last year is so lame.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Oh,
think
yeah,
they have
forget you COVID, you're out.
I think they have a fur coat now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we all know that the level of bush that happens at Tennessee is pretty high up there.
Savannah Bananas.
Yeah. Is there something to that though? Is there something to like y'all playing like if because you talk about Florida. That was the first time I noticed it. I was like, damn, Florida, because Florida does a bunch of bullshit a lot. Like since from when we were there to after, like they hit y'all 8 times. They always do that, and I could feel like it was like the fight or flight thing, and y'all fought, and it was like, hey, I can see it, and you can see the difference. Mm-hmm. And then there was another game that y'all had some stuff going back and forth. I don't know what team it was, maybe Mississippi State or someone, and yeah, it was Mississippi State, right? And y'all went ahead and y'all could see the difference. Is there something to that? I don't know if you can pinpoint of why that is, but it's a good thing to see. It's basically all I'm saying.
Speak
I don't know.
Yeah, speak freely. I don't.
To be honest, the Florida Friday guy kind of was strutting his stuff a little too hard and maybe rubbed us the wrong way a little bit and kind of stared down, Dylan and Barry. And, I mean, he just shouldn't have done that.
Who's the first guy that's opening their mouth when stuff like this happens?
Yeah.
Like, who's the glue guy on this thing?
Who's the guy? Who's the guy
that's holding this thing together? And y'all know it. Every time something bad, good, whatever it is happening, who's the first one that's like, hey, what's up?
It's more like a group. Like, it'll just be like, it'll go from like 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
Truncate done.
Yeah, it's just like, we're chilling, and then the pitcher looks at us, and then it's just like five guys.
Everybody's going.
I love that. That's what it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like, you can't listen. Baseball is a boring game. Like, through the course of a season, there's a lot of games, and through the course of a game, like, there's lulls that go through the game, and like it gets a little boring sometimes, especially if like you're in the outfield, and so yeah, if something like that happens, you need to figure out, hey, how am I going to make this thing more fun, more juicy? And if there's a villain on the other side, it makes it way better. And it makes it a lot more entertaining, and it makes y'all play better. I knew that I played better when I got pissed off. Someone talk shit to me, I'm going to play better because I'm not going to let you embarrass me. That's kind of how I kind of feel like that's how y'all go about it. But it's good to hear that's not just one guy. It's multiple guys.
Yeah, I just love that it just takes the look of it now, and they're like, all right, wait, fuck that guy. All right, y'all, boys, let's go. That's all it takes.
You've had some questions for the boys. I know you had some. You've been talking to me about like, hey, when you
don't give us the
sideways now you're
look
shy. Now you're sitting over there and you're shy and you don't know what to ask. Hey, I do have a question actually. Mid-count pitching changes. I have not seen that very much. Jay loves it. Is there a strategy behind it? Is there something that is there a reason why he does that, or he just does it?
I think I think when he just feels something, he just does it. I'm not too sure, but I'm in the dugout all the time being a DH. So he coaches every single game like it's the last game of the College World Series. It's really cool to watch actually. So I just feel like if he thinks it's the best decision for the game, he's going and doing it with no hesitation.
It's a good thing. It's a good quality.
Well, you talk about him coaching every game like it's the College World Series. The timeouts during at-bats, where are y'all on this? Do you feel like he has a good pulse of where y'all are at the at-bat, or is it something
I have my opinion on that.
Mikie is anti.
So sometimes, if it's too quick of an inning, like he'll want to give the pitcher some more rest, and he'll come and talk to us, or just, tell us what. He'll just be like, look, stick to your plan. He's going to throw you this, all that. Just tell us, really of an idea of what to look for, and, just stick to our approach and
I'm okay with that.
Keep with our plan.
Yeah. Are you ever getting in the box? And
that's
like,
what I'm not okay
here,
with.
And you're like, no. I'm locked in.
I don't like the ones where I'm walking to the box and I get called back. That's the ones I'm like, okay, you know what? At this point, relax. I'm gonna go here. I have my routine. I do my thing. But the extending the inning, I understand that. But what y'all feel? I'm not getting you in trouble. That's not gonna be.
He hasn't done it really too much to me. But
I bet not.
Yeah.
I would assume probably.
He's always telling you. He's always telling you, very good information when he does it. So.
Yeah.
It just really makes you lock in and, go up there and you know what you're looking for. So it's I feel like it works out for most of us for sure.
Who rakes the infield?
The ground guy's good.
Well, I'm just wondering. I know they're booting some balls around. I'm just wondering if we have to take care of our spot individually or is there somebody else?
Oh, my God.
I didn't want me to ask questions. I'm asking questions.
You think they're in high school?
That's what I did. Yeah, I took pride.
Yeah, in high school.
In
high school. They pay people for do that shit. Have you seen the facility? Have you seen it?
Fire the guy.
Yeah, it's a house that everybody built.
Mikie built.
And now they're about to they're adding more to it, right? They have another they're adding stuff in the outfield.
Wait,
finally.
This is news to me. I didn't know they were actually going to do it.
They're adding stuff to the outfield. I think they're changing the hitter's eye finally.
Finally.
Y'all should have seen the hitter's eye we had in 2009. It was the first year, and it was 4 feet higher than the fence.
Oh man!
So the ball's coming out of Tiger Stadium.
It was
coming out of Garth Brooks' hands.
And the hitter's eye still isn't very good, but it was worse. But I think they're changing. They're adding more stuff in the outfield, and they're putting the bullpens into the behind the fence. Thank God.
Man,
I don't understand why
that never needs to be on the field. That's just an awful idea from the start.
Yeah, being an outfielder, that's just a bad spot.
Right field at LSU is probably the hardest place, one of the hardest outfield spots to play in all of baseball because you have the sun during day games, which sucks. You have It's usually a crosswind, and then you have to run over the mountain of a mound that you have in the bullpen, which is brutal. And it's a lot of foul ground to cover.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
tough.
Yeah.
They have a wooden bench.
And the wooden
over
bench.
there, like,
who was it that y'all
in
played
there?
that ran into it?
Auburn.
Knee?
Yeah.
Auburn. He's
Yeah,
out
and
for the
then-
year.
Not chairs.
He's out for the year?
Straight up wooden.
What did he
bench.
do to it?
Like broke his foot or something.
Yeah.
So the mound, the
Home
visitors
field
mound,
advantage.
the visitors mound was the reason why Anthony Rendon broke his ankle against
Yeah.
us in the Super.
Home
Broke
field
it
advantage.
over the mound.
That was Skip.
Huh?
Skip designed that part.
Oh, did he?
He didn't want him.
Look, Skip, you've
Yeah.
done a lot of good things.
That,
But
he swung
that
and
was
missed
not
on
a
that.
good spot. I did not like that.
He
I
saw
did
a
not-
2-0 change up there. It wasn't
Love you, Skip.
Oh.
You've done very good. Did a lot of good things for LSU. Should have put the mounds in the outfield, though. That should have been a thing.
That no bleacher seats, but we'll talk about
Yeah, bleacher seats are bad, too. That's bad. It's hard to see, hot. Like, come on. Let's
Give me a little back on that thing.
give me a little back and just give me something else other than bleacher seats. What's y'all's favorite play? Where's y'all's? This is your first year, so you probably haven't felt it. What's your favorite place to play outside of Alex
Yeah,
Box?
where's it been fun on the road? Who's got a good atmosphere?
So this was my first year, or no, last year actually, not Tennessee.
Definitely
I
I
not.
think Mississippi State was
I would
pretty
actually,
fun.
I would actually,
So
judge,
I
I would
haven't
actually
seen-
judge you as a person if you said it was Tennessee.
Yeah, I would judge you.
I'd be off you a little bit.
Tennessee stinks. But Mississippi State just changed their outfit. I haven't seen it since they redid their stadium. Is it awesome? Is it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, they had maybe their 7th most attendance on the Saturday or something, so it was packed.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
Mikey thinks that they're Bush League because they open up the grills every time there's a fly ball. And
They
it'd
used
be-
to.
Yeah.
They used to try to smoke me out in the outfield.
I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. I
Yeah, it was like,
pretty
well, that's when
funny.
they weren't very good.
Yeah,
So
it was
like,
pretty
they
funny.
had,
I was
they
like,
had to
this
do
is what
something.
this is what we're resulting to. This
Ole Miss was my favorite place.
Yeah.
The beer showers in right field, and like they talk. The more you talk, the more shit you would talk as a fan, like to the outfielder. Like that's, I like that because it was fun and made it more entertaining. But Mississippi State was always fun.
Do you feel like if you could, obviously there's been some things swirling about Alex Box that it's not as fun as some of these other teams we're talking about. Would you like to see anything changed maybe? Kind of make it more of a younger generation. There's a lot of people that when I go to games, it's a lot of headphones and Walkman.
Yeah.
You know, don't want to talk to their wife. Yeah.
bunny ears.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Is there something that y'all would want to see maybe improved at Alex Box to make it more, I guess, a little younger?
I think it was just the music. We sent in a playlist this year, so that was already really changed. But from the beginning, I think that was the thing for everybody. It's just the music. We would go to a stadium and they would play like really cool songs, and the fans were getting into it. So we started sending them the songs up there, and they start playing them now, and it's awesome for us. So we get active in the dugout to them, and it's cool.
I think they should probably make the student section should be in a better spot, and they should do some more like promotional things for students to make it fun. Hey, don't put regular people in the student section because let them be rowdy and do
We
whatever the
gotta
fuck
have
they
it to
want
where
to
the
do.
student section is like directly affecting someone on the
Yeah.
field, whether it's their bullpen, whether
Right.
it's their right or left fielder. Like I'm talking like right on top of them, just in their ear all
Yeah,
game.
no doubt. Because when they're warming up and they make a bad throw, they should hear it.
Yeah.
Not have the 70-year-old man next to him who's great fans.
No, he's a great fan. I just don't want him.
He's just not going to talk much shit to the guy in the bullpen. That's what you want. You
I
want the
don't
guy
want
in
him
the,
asking him, "Hey, is your grandfather or such?"
you want the guy in the bullpen rattled by the time he gets on the mound.
Yeah.
Because if that happens, then that's the magic of Alex Box. We talked a little bit about before the off air. Y'all are a pretty close knit team. Like everybody pretty much hangs out. I know everybody does Sunday Fun Day. I'm not going to ask where Sunday Fun Day is. I'm not going to let everybody know where Sunday Fun Day is. Sunday Fun Day is a baseball staple for every team. You finish the weekend series, you have a thing, and all the guys get together and they hang out, which is a sign of a good team because you want guys. Everybody participates in that, I'm assuming. Do you think the team is pretty close? Because I've been on some teams that are pretty cliquey. And everybody kind of hangs out with everybody. But when it was time to hang out, everybody hung out. Like everybody was together. Do y'all kind of have that vibe and y'all feel like over time has that gotten better?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've done a lot of we've had people come in and speak and kind of work for each other just to get closer. Even being a little bit more vulnerable with each other. In the fall, and it's been really monumental. Just to kind of go in a little deeper. Just to know the person and what makes him the person versus
Right. Love that.
this is Brady and Jobert. So, we kind of got more in depth, and I think that really brought us to an extremely high level of, trust and confidence in the person next to us.
Love that.
Yeah.
What did Drew Brees tell y'all?
Oh, man, that was so cool. That was the first time I've ever,
Did y'all know he was coming in, or were y'all surprised by it?
I found out.
It was a rumor.
Yeah,
But
I
we
found
didn't
out
know.
the
Yeah,
night
no,
before,
yeah.
and I
Does
was
he have
like,
earplugs?
oh my God, because I've been a huge Saints fan, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Drew Brees is my GOAT,
Yeah.
full blown, and I got to meet him, and I was just over the moon.
Did he did the whole middle of the huddle thing, right?
Yeah, it was so sick.
I mean, sometimes I black out, but did he say anything that like damn, this was awesome?
I think it was his famous,
One for me.
Yeah.
Two for
Yeah.
you.
It
was
Yes.
Damn.
He did it at
Yeah, dude, it was
Lucy's.
Oh my God.
And remember, it got filmed whenever after they won the Super Bowl. Drew Brees he revealed what he was actually saying in the huddle. So I'm glad he brought it back out with his fake hair.
God,
He's got booth hair. What do you want from him? I mean, good for him.
Maybe he just got a better haircut.
No, he had no hair. You don't remember he was bald, and now he has like this fucking Lego head hair. It's unbelievable.
We have to start getting everyone that he talks about on this thing. Just.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we can.
I just want to see him
I'd
sitting
be
in the
happy.
corner.
Yeah,
I'd be happy
If this
to
gives
get.
us Drew Brees, it's worth
I'd be
it.
happy to get Drew on the show. All right, couple more. I'm gonna let y'all go. Today's y'all's off day.
I have one real quick.
Yeah,
just
that's
before
good.
you get into
Good.
it.
Earn your keep.
Thank you. A lot was made, at least on my end. I love that y'all were doing the thumbs down. It feels like Jay put the kibosh on that. But where did that thing start, and why were y'all doing that? Like little self motivation, or was there something else that went into it? Bring it back.
If Jay put the kibosh on it, I don't think he'll bring it back.
It's not coming
Yeah,
back.
well, hey.
Yeah, I don't really know what started that. I didn't even know what it meant until, like a few days into it. But yeah, we just all started doing it one day, and
It's a team thing, probably.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
don't know what started it or how it happened, but yeah, we just all started doing it one day.
And then what went into? I noticed Jordan Thompson cut his hair.
Oh, I did that.
You did that. What does that mean? How do you did that? You cut
He
it?
told me one day on the bus, he was like, "Hey man, just think I want to shave my head." I was like, "I'm your guy."
You shaved it?
Yeah, I
Little
did.
Did
fade.
y'all
On
have
the bus?
fun?
Number 2.
Wait,
I
on the
couldn't-
bus?
No, no,
About to say,
no,
Jesus.
Did y'all have fun with it? Did y'all like shave?
Oh man,
stuff in it?
I grabbed the big ponytail and I went at it with the scissors. I had fun doing it for sure. Yeah.
God, he probably feels 10 pounds lighter.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's rocking the mully. I think a bunch of you guys were rocking
Yeah.
the mullies, and then he got rid of his. Dylan Cruz keeps his, keeps the
Yeah, well,
the
Dylan
tradition
Cruz
going.
hitting 500-foot homers. You can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are bombs. Those are
Yeah.
monster
Yeah.
homers.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, huh?
Stupid. Yeah.
My question is to you though, because talking about him, I think he's great, and he's going to be a first rounder. But I don't think people realize that you're probably going to be a first rounder. I know you don't look too far ahead, but that's something that is part of your season. This is your junior year. You're draft eligible. I know your agent, and Kent.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
I was
know.
going to say something about it later.
Uh,
yeah, I know.
It's one of my friends, and so like I know that you have to think about that, right? To me, that's the first time in your career, in my career it was at least, that I had to be a professional. I had to think, okay, I have to be able to walk on the field and do my job well and be able to compartmentalize the draft and what I'm doing now. But you have to think about it because you have to prepare for it. You have interviews. You have to talk to teams. What has that process been like for you? I guess you're draft eligible too as well, right? What has that process been for both of y'all as far as, I don't know if, when we were there, it used to be fall, they could talk to you, and then like during the season, they could talk. There's really no rules.
Yeah.
What has that process been like for you, and how exciting is it that you've put yourself in a position to, fulfill a lifelong dream?
Yeah, it's awesome. I kind of knocked out a lot of the meetings in the fall. So right now I really have no contact with any team. I'm not really, focused on that. So I haven't.
You and Mikey have that in common.
What?
No contact. It's unfortunate.
You're in timeout. You're still in timeout. You're still in timeout. Keep going.
So yeah, throughout the season I haven't really talked to anybody, but it's always in the back of my mind just to perform and do what I do, and really trust the coaching, and I've been put in a pretty good situation with Coach Johnson coming in, really cleaning up some things where I needed to clean up, and I'm just fortunate, and I'm looking forward to it.
What has been the biggest thing that you want to clean up?
Like I said earlier, pitch selection was a big thing, but you know, I really didn't walk a lot, you know, the past 2 years, but, you know, kind of really just, you know, toning down the big swings and really going for contact and, you know, getting barrels.
You've always hit the ball all over the field, but this year I feel like you're juicing the ball to right field a lot more than you have in the past. Has that been something that you've been working on, or does that just kind of come as the progression of you, pitch selection and just growing as a player?
Yeah, I think it's just me growing as a player. They're actually shifting me like all to the left side, so I'm trying to you know, pepper some singles to the second baseman, but they haven't come yet, but they're gonna. So.
They're good. Hey, if you keep hitting over the fence, that's okay.
Yeah,
you can keep missing second and just keep going.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm okay with that.
That's how you beat the shift. You
they don't. Hey, they can put as many people over. They can't. There's no defense for a homer, for sure. And for you, obviously, you come here, you put yourself in a position to, you know, reach the next level, reach your goals of being drafted. Has that helped you being that you're here? Obviously, you've always been able to hit. You've put up numbers everywhere you've been. Nichols, Delgado. I always forget. I always want to say Eunice, but I say Delgado. And then you come here and you're able to do the same thing, but against a higher level of competition. So obviously that's put yourself on the map. I've seen you out in the outfield. I know that you can play the outfield. You know, just the situation that it is right now, it's kind of a full outfield. But what has been the biggest thing for you, and what have those meetings been like? Yeah,
so I got a little bit of draft attention last year at Delgado because you know, you can get drafted any year out of there. So I got a little bit of that last year, and that was really, you know, like my first taste of the draft, and it was cool for me. But you know, I definitely wanted to come here and experience LSU. So in the fall, I had meetings, you know, just like Cade, and knocked all of those out, and it was just very surreal to me, you know, that, you know, this is actually happening, and I'm, you know, fulfilling my dream that I've always, you know, wanted to live. So I'm just really worried about, you know, going and being the best teammate and, you know, trying to win games for the squad. And, you know, I feel like everything will just, you know, fall through after that.
Think about it.
So
if you worry about trying to do something for something, if you're trying to have to do this for the draft, you're not gonna do it. It's gonna be the opposite.
Just literally, just like you're saying, I think y'all understand this too because you both touched on it. Winning solves a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So if y'all go out there and take care of what y'all need to take care of as a team, there's a good chance.
And playing for your guys, right? Like playing for your boys, right? Like it's the biggest difference for me between college, which I loved playing baseball here. Like if they said, hey, you could play for 7 years in college and not lose a dime going to the draft, I would have played 7 years in college, just because of the different vibe, right? So the difference for me was when you got to pro ball, it was about getting to the next level, getting to the big leagues, and you don't really have that winning culture until you get to big leagues, right? Because it's all about getting to the big leagues, not about winning. College is about winning. What I noticed is the more you're focused on winning, you're focused on the guys around you and winning for those guys, your numbers are going to end up being better than if you're just focused on getting your numbers, right? And it's more fun and, you know, put yourself in a position. So I think y'all both obviously are thinking the right way and you know what's kind of going on. But it's an exciting time, and you should enjoy it and embrace it and have fun with it. And I'll tell you, the most fun thing is whenever you're playing postseason baseball and you get drafted and you don't have to worry about anything. That's that's the closest you get to pro ball without getting to pro ball. It's not having school. Getting to go out and you get to play in the postseason. You get to go have pool parties with the boys on the off days after practice. And then, like I told you, weather gets warmer. Girls start showing up, shorter shorts.
Garth Brooks.
This outfield starts filling up. Like, I don't know if y'all have girlfriends, but this is just my experience. From
left hand, right hand.
This is my experience from when I was there. Is
the last month of school, man. I mean,
May
the last
baseball
month of the season
is awesome.
May baseball's great. You get more people showing up with less to do on their schedule. They show up. It gets hotter. Games mean a little more. It's a lot more fun.
Are y'all starting to feel that?
Just gets a lot more fun.
Do you feel like it's starting to ramp up a little bit? I know baseball is a long game, but it feels like, even from our perspective, just me going to games and watching it feels like y'all are starting to kind of turn the corner, and you know that this is the right time to peak.
Yeah, I still feel like we're in the middle of the season. Me and him talk about it all the time. It flew by. Like, how many games do we have left? Like,
y'all got what? I mean, how many midweek games do you have left?
13, 14 games, something like that.
You have 12 or 9 in conference.
Yeah.
So 12.
2 or 3.
They don't play midweek. I mean, y'all have midweek game every midweek until the season ends?
We got
Stop yelling at me.
We got Nichols tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nichols.
this is a huge
That's
week for you.
It is a big week for you.
Yeah,
You got Nichols and Bama. That's a big
Yeah.
week.
Oh,
This is a big week
Damn,
for
I
you.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Nichols beat us my freshman year.
Really?
yeah,
we won-
that
we
was-
yeah, they
That's
beat us
your-
our freshman
that-
year. I got that
That was your
actually-
junior year.
Hey,
Yeah, what my junior year, your
Hey,
freshman
this dude beat
Yeah.
us.
LSU was my first collegiate win.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
He
great.
was
Wow,
like
now turn
2
tides
for
are
4
turning.
with a homer or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you went home or FLSU?
I did,
Look,
yeah.
What
that's what.
you having both perspectives? What was it like coming into either Alex Box or just playing LSU, being like on a Louisiana team? Is there like, do you feel like you get or that y'all wanted to bring your best shot every time you played LSU? Because
Oh,
it feels
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah. Any team that we play, like in Louisiana, they're gonna bring out their best guys. They want to beat us. They, like I wouldn't say. I don't want to say that we're at the top, but it's LSU
You're at the
is
top.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is
You're
what
at
it
the
is.
top.
Yeah.
That's what I
LSU
mean.
is so hard to compare to,
Yeah.
and everybody wants to be LSU, and like Louisiana Tech, they're a very good team, and they brought their A game.
Field
both
is
times.
shit.
Yeah.
That
they
turf, like, Jesus.
they brought all their best guys against us this year, and they beat us twice. So we understand that we got to play our best game against everybody, and it just goes to show that no game is given. You got to go out there and play.
Love that.
Well, I expect that same thing whenever Nichols comes to town. Like, you almost get no breaks. You have
No
to do
breaks.
SEC play, and then every
Yeah.
time a midweek game happens, like, damn, we're going to get their best shot no matter
Yeah,
what.
I remember playing for Nichols against LSU. We were like, let's go out and do this. Like we were fired up, and it was like
Throw your
a World
ace.
Series game
Yeah.
for us.
At
you
this
know?
point, you're like, yeah, we just gotta get to the weekend.
Yeah.
And when you're at LSU, it's like let's just get to the weekend. I get it. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Everybody says, hey, everybody's gotta be locked in for every game, but the reality of it is, it's not that simple, right? Like you just had a big weekend against Georgia at home. Then you're going home, and you have a midweek game against a team that doesn't bring as much juice to you, and it's hard. Like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get in the way, and people get so mad at midweek games. I'm like, you need to win them, no doubt. Like you have to win every game. Like not every game, but you have to win those games. But like I don't put as much stock into I could have told you.
Getting swept on the weekend and losing 3 straight midweek games is.
I could have
completely
told.
different.
Listen, and this is no slight to y'all. This is me just being in the situation. I could have told y'all at the beginning of the season, middle of the SEC, going to UNO. I was like, that's going to be a hard one. It's a trap game because you have to go play at UNO, which you don't really want to go to UNO in your middle of the SEC weekend. It's like, for me, when I was in school, like that's a game like, fuck, we just got to get through this. And like, so it happens, right? But that's why I don't put too stock stock into video games. But the casual fan who doesn't understand that part of it,
Look at me.
I'm not. I'm just having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I think
Don't
that's
be
a
guilty,
big thing.
Lloyd. Don't be guilty.
No, I bet LSU all the time. Thank you, boys. Put a
but-
little money in my pocket.
I'm not gonna keep y'all much longer. I'm a huge fan of both of y'all. Obviously, I'm through and through LSU through and through. I keep up no matter if I was playing or not playing. And I love the way y'all go about it. I like the stories. I like kind of what y'all bring to the table, kind of like the silent assassins. It seems like, and I appreciate it, man. So I'm gonna be following y'all, and whenever y'all win, y'all get in the postseason, y'all got extra time. Come on back anytime y'all want. This is open forum. We're fun. We're light. Obviously, we don't take anything too serious. I'm not gonna ask you stupid questions like, "Hey, what were you thinking about there on the 0-2 pitch?" Like, well, what do you think I was thinking? I was thinking about getting a hit. Like, I'm not gonna ask you any of those questions. It's more about conversation, having fun, enjoying our company. That's it. So
I have a question for y'all, if you don't mind.
yeah, I love
what
it.
was
I love this.
This might be a first time right here.
This is a first
what was
time.
the biggest thing as a championship team that really took y'all over the edge, like to know
Great
go
question.
out and
You want me to go?
I mean,
You
I
go.
can answer
You go.
because y'all have touched on it a lot too, man. It became a point. Honestly, it happened the year before he got here. It happened. We were playing Georgia at home, and they beat us 2 out of 3, and we tied the last game.
This was in 08.
Yeah, and so from that point on, it was kind of like a sense of ownership where we just stopped caring about what anybody had to say, and it was almost like in a sense of like we're gonna go and just prove everybody wrong. Like, and it really doesn't even matter. You can love us, you can hate us, you could talk about us, you could talk with us. We stopped caring about what anybody had to say. Started really caring about just keeping each other accountable. and like playing as hard as we could for each other. I really do think that's probably the moment where everyone was just kind of like, bro, it's just us. Yeah. So we took that into that year, and into the next year, we kind of felt like we had another good draft class. I mean, another good recruiting class coming in. We kind of felt like the entire team kind of felt like we'd be doing ourselves and this university a disservice if we don't win it, because that's how good we are. Like, we kind of showed it last year. We got some good key players coming in. Like, everything's going to happen right, but if we don't finish the season winning this thing, we kind of did it a disservice. So we just kind of stuck on that.
And so for me, I came in that 09 season. I was a freshman. They had already built, like, they were, no offense to y'all, they were terrible in 07. This was Maneri's first year.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of 2008, they weren't very good. But they were good. They had talented guys. They just weren't very good. And then they went 23 straight. And they went to Omaha. There was national seed, 1 and 2 in Omaha. And they came back. And they had a bunch of guys coming back. And I was like, all right, we're just filling in, trying to have to figure out our spot. And so for what I noticed, we're in a group text. We have a group me of 25 guys. Out of those 25 guys, 18 of them were on the 2009 team. So we
like
built,
today, that's still
today.
On.
Like we still talk every day. So like we were so close to each other, and we built that. They had built it before we got there, and then the freshmen was able to like grow with the team, and they had to count on us. We had to count on them, and we had 4 guys on the bench that were seniors that were probably the leaders of our team that never played. And so that the close-knit team, the camaraderie, and the way like we'd go hang out. If we wouldn't hang out, everybody was going together. Even if they weren't like the super party or wanted to hang out, they'd come in for 20 minutes just because they were going to go, and then they would leave, right? Like that was important to us, and that was the whole thing. So when we got to the postseason, it was like, this is the fun part. We already did the hard shit. Now we're the national seeds. We have all this stuff. This is the fun part of baseball. And it was that part, I think, that made us big difference, because there's teams I played on in pro ball.
Yeah.
What happened?
Little Crunkade Dad was about to fire off. Had to start for the clean version of boys.
But like when I played, 2011, we didn't make the postseason, and we were good. We were just very young. And then I got in pro ball, and I started playing. The common theme for teams that were good was what I just said, and the common theme for teams that were bad were everybody kind of on their own program, doing their own thing, not really buying into the other guys, and that makes the season. So basically, it was already long. That makes the season miserable. So for me, that's probably, he said it, they built it, we came in, and then we were able to kind of extend that.
Yeah. It was just like a legit feeling of like, love us or hate us, this is a band of brothers.
Hey,
and every time we're going out there, it's like it's us, it's all of us.
Yeah.
And
at
we all kind of
point,
knew the rule, and it just flowed, dude.
At some point, you're gonna get into the season, and shit's gonna get like postseason, and it's gonna get hard. Like teams are gonna be very good, and teams are gonna be just as good as you, maybe even better than you, and you're gonna have to figure out, okay, what's gonna separate us, or what's gonna make us figure out, okay, how are we gonna get through this? And leaning on the guys around you is how what I learned is how that got me through it, and that got us through it, and we were able to win one, and it was awesome, and I think y'all are plenty talented enough to win it, and that's kind of what the standard is here, and we haven't done it since 2009, so please do it.
Yeah.
Looking forward
Please
to
do
that.
it. Please do it.
Yeah.
We want somebody else to do it. Man.
Do you feel like you all have some of those same characteristics as far as like camaraderie and chemistry? Like, are you all getting there?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the
I mean,
closest.
you're shaving Thompson's head, so I feel like y'all got some good
This
things
is the
going.
closest knit team I've ever been on. Everybody loves each other. We all do things together, and it's just really fun to be a part of. So
That's good.
I mean, you just gotta think about it, dude. Everybody practices. Everybody takes BP. Everybody.
Exactly.
It's the extracurricular shit that kind of gets you over the edge of everything.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
And it's just the buy-in. Like we had Chad Jones was more of a football guy than a baseball guy, but like he was more bought into all the other stuff than anything that
I think people would say, like, if you just talk about that, I think people would say like Chad was like the best teammate we had on the team.
Yeah.
He was there the whole year, but everybody loved when he was around. Just stuff like that.
We had super regional practices at the box, and it was hot.
The shirt off practice.
The shirt off practice. It was hot, and like we had BP, and I don't know who it was took their shirt off like for BP, and we saw him do it. Everybody took it off. It got to the point where Coach Maneri couldn't tell us to put our shirts on.
Yeah.
And we're they had
It was
video.
like like that media practice. Like
Yeah.
we
was
did
the
that
media
whole
practice.
we did that whole day with everyone had shirts off and pants. Coach said,
Yeah, it's just pants and shirts off, and it was like that was the thing. I was like, hey, that's the vibe of it.
Then
you know?
Paul
like,
took his shirt off.
No, I did not. Coach kept his shirt on.
Yeah.
Thank God.
he stayed out of that
Thankful
one.
for everybody.
He had that one more hair. Hey,
that's
he had that one more hair.
The little one little hair that was. Did you have that when you were there?
Yeah.
It was always chasing. Like, and you're staring at you, you're like, I can't stop fucking looking at that little hair. It's just fucking going around. It's like it had a little mind of its own, dude. It was unbelievable.
But, yeah, man.
Coach. Great career.
How cool was that final out?
How cool was after the game?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask.
So we had. Luckily, we were in the outfield. Did you?
No,
you were,
so
you
he
were on the bench.
Yeah, he had pulled me off
Yeah,
the
because
field.
like who did you put out there? Was it
I think
Chad?
Poniff.
Poniff.
I think Poniff, yeah. So I actually got to experience that last out from like the dugout. It was just, I don't know, dude. It was awesome. I don't even know how to explain it. It was just
So,
an
I was
unbelievable
in
feeling.
center, thankfully, because I don't.
That
you
last
got
inning
it
to
tough,
me,
'cause
that last
you're
inning
always
to
gonna
me
get
on the
bottom.
bench just seemed like it was the longest
Possible.
inning ever. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, just get these outs, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we kind of knew it because we won. It was 11-4. It was the
Yeah.
final, so like, we kind of knew that we were gonna win. We just had to get out the game, get through the game. We got through it, and then we're on the field, and we have all the stuff. You have the hats and the shirts and the newspaper stuff, and you have the interviews and all that. And we couldn't wait, so we told the security guard they had the basketball chairs, like the cushioned chairs that were sitting there. Those were our chairs for a locker. And when we first game, we had to play Virginia, and we won. And we're like, damn. And CWS had the whole thing. I was like, hey, when we win the whole thing, we're taking all these chairs. We know because the sign said no taking anything. And I was like, we're just letting you know, when we win, we're taking all these chairs. And the guy was like, all right, whatever. We won, and everybody grabbed the chair, and we all left, and they didn't tell us anything. So we took that out, got to the hotel. When we got to the hotel, this was the coolest part. We were at the what hotel was it? It was the
I don't know.
I forget what hotel, but it was like
No way.
the
They know
hotel
it
was
was
all
good.
the rooms were around, and so like you had the center of it, right? And it was packed. We walk in, and you had people, and it was like 5 levels, and you had people on the balconies of all 5 levels. You had people walking you in, and we just walked in, and some of us were of age, and people were just throwing us beers, and like we were walking through, and we're like on the bus, like, hey boys, up down.
Did you drink any of those beers?
I gave them away to the people that was legal age.
Oh, okay, I bet. Yeah.
I was 19, okay? I'll just give them to legal age. But then we say, hey, on the bus, we're like, hey, we have an up down. Everybody get up, fucking change, and come back down, and we're going. So there's a bar in Omaha called Barrett's, I think it's called. And
Yeah, you were drinking.
It's like an
Don't even know the
it's like
name
an
of the place.
LSU. It's like an LSU bar.
Yeah.
The guy's a huge LSU guy. Obviously, LSU is always there. Shut down. He said, hey, I'm going to open up the basement for the team.
That might have been the sweatiest night.
Dude. So we all go, and it's like family and friends, and we get in there, and Coach Maneri, this is the coolest thing Coach Maneri's ever done in his life. I'm convinced. He's walking in, and it's him and his family and his daughters and everyone, and there's a huge line behind him because people heard that's where we're going. Probably 100 people behind him. So the guy was like, hey, Coach, only you and your family, who's with you? And he turns around and he says, everybody's with me. And the guy just lets everybody in, and it was just a party. It was awesome.
I'm pretty sure we pretty much saw the sun come up in that.
Oh yeah,
place that
the coach, and you played for Coach, so he told us, hey, bus leaves at 10:30 in the morning to get to the airport. Just be on the bus. Yeah. Okay. Some guys showed up at 9:00 in the morning, but we got there.
Yeah.
We made it. We got it. It was awesome. Great. So that was probably the coolest thing, is like finally the culmination of like the whole season, and finally being like, fuck, we did it. Now we can relax, we can have fun, we can kind of do it, and so.
I mean, there's no better moment than when you get to see your coach like kind of let his hair down. You're like, all right, I knew this guy was cool the entire time.
Yeah, he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Like he had a good feel back then, especially. I don't know how it was in his later days of his coaching career, but he had a pretty good feel back then.
Yeah.
That's it. So y'all go ahead and y'all go do that, and y'all make y'all's own memories, and y'all go get the ring, because y'all's ring is gonna look way cooler than ours did. It's 2022. So what is that? 12 years.
Look at me,
13,
dude.
13, 12
Might
years.
be 12 times bigger than ours.
Yeah, it's going to be
kinda
enormous. So y'all go ahead
It's
and
like
y'all do that. I
Algebra
think y'all
3.
got a shot to do it. Like I said, y'all come on here. Bring more guys on here. This is like...
Make
like I
this
said,
thing a party, man.
Yeah, that's all we do.
Yeah,
Like
man.
we may end up
Uncle
changing
Earl's?
the time. We do Uncle Earl's on Friday, every Friday. We may end up
Yeah.
changing our time to go later. And at that point, it's like, so if we go later on the day,
No excuses.
boys come in, we have some good times.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have some good
Awesome.
times.
No doubt.
Thank y'all for coming in, though.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks
appreciate
for having us.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
before
good luck,
y'all-
man. Good luck as y'all keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Like I said, love to see y'all come in again. But
Yeah.
good luck as y'all keep moving forward and do it, man.
We're watching, bro. We're watching.
He's the dominoes falling. We finally got some boys in here. I love
Yeah.
it. But before y'all go, how nails has Mikal Hilliard been? Because he's gonna kind of, if you followed his LSU career, like he was a midweek guy, never really a Friday night guy, like kind of bounced around. But it seems like he's really kind of taken a stranglehold of that Friday night role, and I don't think anybody's been more deserving. It feels
And
like.
how great is the Barry Bonds earring? Let's talk about the Barry Bonds. Little dangly.
Have y'all seen his
crosshair.
grill?
What?
There's a grill? Does he pitch with it?
It's like a vampire grill.
Does he pitch with it?
What?
Sometimes, if his like bottom lip's a little like out, it's because he has his
grill?
vampire.
I love it.
I love that.
But no, he's a beast. I mean, I kind of expected it. I mean, he's a leader on this team, and his stuff's great. So he's
How nasty is a curveball?
it's great.
Is it nasty? It's
really
not. It doesn't seem like it's fun to hit.
No, it's a auto take out of the hand, and then you're just like, oh.
I know. So
Drops from hell.
Yeah.
Is this fastball sneaky? Like it's like he touches 89, maybe touches 90, but like does it play up because of the breaking ball, or is it?
Yeah. Well, his cutters.
It's a cutter, right? Just
Yeah,
moves.
it's cut. It's like, I mean, it could cut this much, and then it could cut.
So he doesn't throw anything straight.
He actually has a fastball. It got up to like 92 in the fall or something.
Hey.
But
he doesn't
I don't
really
know if
throw
he's
it.
thrown it.
Yeah. Wow.
Might say
He's
he
got it
doesn't
in
throw
there.
that
But it
much.
surprised me.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got it in
It's-
there. Throws his cutter and his big bender. I mean that's 12-6 is.
He pitches with
12-6.
conviction. I can tell you that.
He's
Blackberry
confident.
Zito.
Oh yeah.
He's confident.
He's not wavered too, which is fun to watch him. Like they can miss borderline calls. He's like, give me the ball back.
Yeah, he's been around. He
Love
has,
seeing that. I love
he,
seeing
that.
He has a little bit extra swag on the bump for sure,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You need that.
He's a boss out there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Like I said, Blackberry Zito. That 12-6 is nasty.
He also throws from the right side. Very
Yeah.
few throw from the left side.
He's white. So there's a lot of differences, except for the curveball.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I mean, I guess that's a stretch, but
Y'all should come back just so y'all can hear this now.
That's a
Here
stretch.
every day.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all out of here. We're gonna take a little bit of break. Let the guys get out of here. Shut it down. Thank y'all again. Seriously.
Not
Thank
shut
y'all
it down.
again.
Thank you.
We're not
Damone
shutting the
Clark.
show down.
Yeah, Damone Clark
Shut
coming
them
in
down.
next. Yeah,
Shut
absolutely.
them down. Yeah, Damone's coming at 1. All right, you're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Our What's for Lunch segment is brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. Maybe the best burger in town. If you're not looking for lunch, you're looking for dinner, go check out Doe's Eat Place. They have unbelievable choice of meats. They have unbelievable tamales. They have a great atmosphere, great vibes. If you're looking for a homey Louisiana type of atmosphere, but you're looking for high quality food, Doe's Eat Place is your spot. Go in the back bar, sit at the bar, have a couple drinks, watch some games, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the vibes. Check out Doe's Eat Place, the best place in Baton Rouge to get your meats. Mik'd Up is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Field, which is fine. Maybe he just did it to shake it up. They're fine. Like, I'm not worried about that. But what he did do is he allowed Josh Pearson, who's a freshman, he gave him a couple starts, and he took advantage. He had 2 homers on Sunday. He had some big hits on Saturday. And we have 2 young guys in Stevenson and Pearson who I think are going to be very, very, very good in the outfield. And now they're starting to kind of force their way into the lineup. And Pearson obviously doesn't seem like he's going to be taken out of the lineup anytime soon based off of what they did. What happened? There's some background noise going on.
Something happened.
There's some background. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Oh, that was no countdown. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Boys
You're
came
a veteran now, dude. Now you just get the point.
Yeah. Boys came in.
Crushed.
Finally. Crushed. Big LSU baseball day today. They're in a good spot.
Feels like it.
They're in a very good spot. I'm glad. I was good to hear about some of the off the field hanging out stuff.
Closest team I've ever been on. He's been on 3 teams.
I know.
Love that.
I think that they're finding their own. You know, sometimes they're doing what every LSU baseball team does, is get hot at the end of the year, kind of find their groove, and make that run towards the postseason. And you know, I think all 3 of these series coming up are very winnable. If they win all 3 of these series, they host a super here, no doubt.
100%.
No doubt. They'll be 18 and 12 in conference. Yeah. You know, I think that if they go ahead and win those, they'd probably be the number 2 team in the tournament. They may sneak into the West division. I don't know how Arkansas did this weekend, but at least a 3rd seed. I think if they go 18 and 12, I think they get the 3 seed. Now A&M's trying to fight that because A&M just beat Vanderbilt this weekend. So A&M's fighting them off because A&M's playing well. I think A&M has a better record than them, and they obviously have the tiebreaker. But they're good. They're good. Boys are good. I'm happy they came in. Broke the ice.
Somebody had to be the domino that makes it all fall.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was them.
Razelman's still the OG, though. I got to get him back in here.
And we got Paulie G on the video call.
Yeah, Paulie he was our only video call guy.
Yes.
That was great.
Arkansas won 2 of 3 against Ole Miss. Lost the first one, won the next 2.
Okay, so they still have a pretty good
jockeying
foothold on the number 1. A&M took 2 or 3 from Vandy, too, I think.
Vandy boys. Auburn
lost 2 or 3 to Tennessee. So Auburn was ahead of LSU, so I think LSU's right there.
Have you ever had somebody pitch with a grill in all of your time?
No.
That's unbelievable.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Me too.
Especially when he keeps pitching the way he's pitching.
Yeah. Keep it in.
Do whatever he wants.
Cutter and breaking balls, baby. Cutter and breaking balls. We just BS a little bit until Damone gets here. He's coming in at 1. He should be coming here. He could be here any minute, but he's not right now. So you get we're gonna be in the time that Jay Mitch loves the most, the OT.
OT.
OT time.
There it is.
OT time.
Extra innings.
I don't like the extra innings.
No, I like OT better.
I like OT better.
Well, they already have that somewhere.
We're not just a baseball show.
That could have fooled me. Jay Johnson and 2 players came on today.
It's Monday. Monday's an LSU baseball show day.
And Damone Clark.
See? So it did fool you.
Same surgery as Tiger Woods. We had to find out.
I know. I want to talk about the surgery. That's a tough recovery right there. I mean, anytime you fuck with the spine, that's a hard thing to come back from. And obviously, he showed enough in his comeback and his recovery that Cowboys were willing to draft him in the 5th round.
Cowboys take chances on injured players, and it usually pays off.
Cowboys like drafting LSU guys too.
Jabril
Cox, Damone. They drafted Brady James back in the day. They drafted Lyle Collins. They took a flyer on him. That's a risk. At the time, it wasn't a risk.
Marcus Spears.
As far as like all the other stuff, that's why Lyle Collins dropped because he had some stuff that was BS. Weird. Yeah, it was BS. But who'd you say?
Marcus Spears.
Marcus Spears was there. Danny, your boy. Danny McCray. He was there. You know how long Danny McCray played in the NFL?
I know, it's shocking.
7 years, good.
He got torched by Tim Tebow, unfortunately.
Bro, y'all are forgetting this. I'm defending him because that's my dog, but I'm also defending him because people don't understand what that time was. We were playing a 6'2", 225-pound safety in what is now the nickel spot.
Yeah.
Where it's all filled by 5'9", 185-pound players.
He's trying to run with Percy Harvin.
He was trying to cover like guys like me all day. Like, that's not what he's supposed to be doing. Like, option routes. He ain't supposed to be covering that. So, like, we put him in a position that was tough because, you know, that was a kind of a new position at the time. That's not real.
Is he here? Is that Damone? Oh, damn it. That's good, too. I'm hungry.
Speaking
Sounds
of,
like Coach O.
Speaking of, we're going to do the What's for Lunch right now? I guess we should do all the segments now before Damone gets on here. What is for lunch? Which is brought to you by what?
Doughty Place.
Doughty Place.
Which we have me and Jack cut a promo for you.
Huh? Oh, I did? Is it nice?
Yes, it's excellent.
Is it nice?
It is.
Love that.
But what I want for lunch, and just because of what Cinco de Mayo coming up, did a little taste test yesterday. A little Modesto.
I think we should do some Modesto. I
know.
So
even though I tried to get you to go Mexican on Saturday.
Yeah, but I did Mexican twice last week before the Saturday. And then
I don't want to blow my load on it right now, though, because we're obviously going to eat it on Thursday.
Goodness.
I'm good with Modesto.
It's fire.
I'm good with Modesto.
Chicken better than the steak. Real people know.
I'm good with Modesto. I think that's going to be what's for lunch today. Now we have a long day. We have another interview. Plus we have team meeting, and then I'm out.
Golf.
No golf today, I don't think. I would do golf, but I have to go do. I have to bring some clothes to get tailored.
Which way?
You can't tailor them the other way.
Okay. Be careful.
You can't add fabric to clothes.
But can you?
Can you? But that's not what we're doing. We're taking it in.
We're taking it in.
Tight.
I have a very weird body physique.
Yeah.
I'm all legs. I have a very short torso. I have wide shoulders and long arms. So, like, you have the short torso, too.
Short torso, long leg guy, yeah.
So it's tough because you get the shirts, like, probably I'm in an extra large shirt, but it's boxy. So sometimes you gotta take them in. So I'm going to do that. And taking some of the waist in. See? The diet's been good. Not diet. The healthy eating lifestyle has been better.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, some people that aren't genetically enhanced like you.
What's that?
Have to do this.
What do you think would happen?
I think that means Damone is here.
Sounds like it.
What would happen if you did do diet and nutrition? Do you just have 8 abs?
Well, he has 8.
Listen, I'm a very conscious eater. Okay. Time-wise.
Yeah, time-wise. He does intermittent fasting.
Not so much.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of break. Damone Clark's here. Let's get him set up before we get here.
What's good?
You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
Time-wise, yeah.
Time-wise.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
Mik'd Up is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Welcome back to Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We are in the OT right now. Damone Clark in studio. Welcome in, bro. Welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, newly drafted Cowboy. Listen,
How about them Cowboys?
I'm a Saints guy, but I'm a Cowboy. I'm an LSU fan, so I'm
Saints guy, We support.
I support
wherever the
LSU, no doubt, no doubt. I'm sure this is a lifelong dream for you. Obviously, we're gonna get into your story a little bit. Born and raised here, you and your boy drafted in the same round, right? TDP, same round, same draft.
Mm-hmm.
TDP, you went through. You had a long, hard road through this year. Obviously, you had an unbelievable season, made a huge jump, led the nation. I know you led the SEC in tackles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Led the nation in tackles, or close somewhere
I
around
think
there.
all the way up until the bowl game
Because you couldn't play in the bowl game.
Right.
Made yourself what everybody thought was you made yourself a lot of money. Then you went through the injury, and you had a herniated disc in your neck, had surgery. Questions kind of going into the draft. Hey, are they going to draft me because I had surgery? Cowboys took a chance, drafted you, which I think you're going to be unbelievable there. I think you fit their scheme really well. I think that obviously your makeup and what you've been through before puts you in a little bit of a better situation than most. You know, adversity builds a lot of character. So talk to me a little bit about that. Talk to me about your senior season. Talk to me about what went into the development of you, and talk to me about, you know, the recovery that you're going through right now.
Okay, well, I mean, first, thank you for having me here.
Of course, man.
I mean, it's been a journey, but I mean, I'm a soldier. You know,
That's it.
just keep fighting. But you know, I just thank Coach Baker, Blake Baker, and Durante Jones for my senior year. You know, they came in there. They came in the spring, and that's when I met them. You know, talked to both of them. You know, they say they heard a lot about me, a lot of great things about me. You know, and I just told them, make me a better football player. That was the biggest thing I wanted to do. You know, and just I wanted to, you know, this past football season, you know, just put it all on the table. You know, and I just each game I just went out there and gave my all. You know, and you know, Coach Baker said all the time, you know, just be where your feet are. You know, but I can't take all the credit for myself, you know. Okay, I was the one going out there and doing it, but it was the behind the scenes, you know, meeting with Coach Baker, doing things with Coach Jones like that. You know, they got me to, you know, where I am today.
What were some of the things that they did to make you allow you to make that jump?
Oh, well, you know, Coach Jones, he's an NFL guy. You know, he's back, you know, with the Minnesota Vikings right now anyway. So he's an NFL guy. So him bringing the NFL pro style defense to LSU, you know, it really helped. You know, helped the guys along with myself. You know, he just, you know, you don't make things complicated. You don't make things harder than they need to be. You know what I'm saying? We play defense. You know, you just, okay, you know, you gotta go out there and do the right thing. You know, you gotta have the right coverage. You know, but you know, he put us in, you know, pretty good situations. You know, everything wasn't good about last year, but you know, for the most part, you can shine a bright light on last year.
What was the draft process like? How did the Cowboys become a thing, and when did you know that they were probably going to take you?
I mean, the only time I met with the Cowboys at the combine, that was one of my official meetings that I had. You know, and it was a really good meeting that I had with them. You know, I had all the confidence going into the combine. You know, I knew, you know, everything happened for a reason. You know, from me going to California training and all the way up until the combine. No, I went to California, started training, and I had to go to the Senior Bowl. And then I went back, trained for like another 2-3 weeks, and then had to go to the combine. And, you know, everything that on the field things and, you know, all the testing things, we did everything back at Proactive. You know, that's the shirt I have on right now. You know, we did all those things. So those guys back in Proactive put everyone that trained there in a good position going into the combine.
When Durante Jones got the job, you say he's an NFL guy, right? So one of the biggest jumps from, you know, obviously I played professional baseball. I didn't play football, but he has friends. He played football here at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
We have friends that have made the jump and done both. The biggest thing that everybody has talked to us about is the speed of the game, one, but two is understanding and it being like cerebral more in the mental part of the game than anything, right? And
right.
Did he bring in, you know, looking at film and understanding schemes and understanding tendencies and what teams, that's a hard thing to learn. Did he bring some of that into the scheme, and did he help you learn how to make that transition into NFL?
Most definitely, man. Every meeting we had, we used to have a team meeting, and then we go to offense and defense. Every meeting, you know, different days we had different scenarios. So every time we had our defensive meeting, he had everything. They had everything broke down on the board. You know, formations, backfield sets. That's one thing Coach Baker taught the linebackers, remembering backfield sets. If you remember backfield sets, half the job is done. You know, you just got to go out there and just do it now. And not even just Coach Jones, like the whole, D staff came together last year, and they had everything on the board. It was an open notebook test. You just had to go out there on Saturday and actually do it.
Yeah. How's the recovery going with the neck? Obviously you said it's a 6-month recovery. You're going on month 2, I guess now. How's the recovery going? How do you feel? And when do you anticipate, being able to be full go?
Well, I take it one day at a time. I don't rush the process. I'm planning. I want to play this year. That's the biggest thing. I do want to play this year, but it's a slow recovery process. One thing Coach Baker always said, be where your feet are. So I just take it one day at a time. I'm not thinking, 6 months from now. Like I'm not thinking too far down the line. Like I'm just really just focusing on one day at a time. But I feel good. I feel like if I had to go play a football game right now, I really could go out there and play.
Hey,
I really
go.
I really do feel good, but it's just everything happened for a reason. That's why I tell myself all the time. Everything happened for a reason. God got me this far, so He wouldn't leave me now.
As far as for the recovery is going, like every injury you recover, there's their ups and downs through the process. How do you approach the days where whether you wake up or you go through the rehab and stuff, and it's not necessarily feeling great? How do you approach that mentally to be able to overcome that hurdle and move yourself, like you said, to the next day?
Well, so I know when I first had my surgery, I had my surgery out in California, and then I came back here. So for the first 2 weeks, like I was at home doing nothing. Right. I was at home just
you probably should have been.
Yeah, laying at home, like just doing nothing. Just being in the house by myself.
Right.
And sometimes it was hard. I'm sitting there watching TV. That's all I do. Like ever since I started, like in high school, you had summer workouts. You had different things like that every day. So I was not used to being at home all day. So that was the most challenging part. But the biggest thing I did every day, I just woke up no matter what. I read my word. Every day, just read the word. I got even closer to God than when I am already. And I kept reading every day. And you just gotta keep thinking positive, because when you have a negative mindset, like nothing but negative things gonna come to your head. I had to tell myself, okay, some days, I had a negative mindset, but everything happened for a reason. And I'm just glad that they found it at the combine. Because I could have been, playing on the field and got hit the wrong way or hit someone the wrong way, and that could have been the end of my career. So that's why I keep saying, everything happened for a reason. But to answer your question, it's some days better than others.
Of course.
And even when, some days I'd be like, man, I don't know if I feel like doing this. I don't know if I want to do it. I just think about it all the time, man. If you want to go back to doing what you love to do, you got to put the work in, and that's what I tell myself all the time. Just keep putting the work in, because I want to get back on the field, like, real soon, ASAP. Yeah. And I know if I take a day off, that's setting me back. Yeah. So, that's the thing that's keep going in my head.
It's cool. It's cool to understand, and for you being a young man to understand that an idle mind is, it's real close to the devil. So
no
for
doubt.
you to be able to sit there, read, get closer to God, get into the Bible, and understand that if I got to keep myself busy right now, because that is the easiest way to have your mind go astray to things in places where you don't ever want to be or need to be. So that's pretty cool.
Like everybody wants to get there, but not everybody wants to put the work in to get there, right? Yeah. And to hear that you are, because look, it's hard going through injury and recovery, and mentally it's hard.
And work comes in different forms, like you said. You're at home for 2 weeks and you can't do nothing. The work is to stay mentally active. There you go.
Yep, no doubt.
Look, I was going to ask, obviously you said you found they found the injury in the combine. Did you ever feel like anything was wrong with you during the season? Did you feel like you were hurt at all, or is it just...
the only thing...
It's crazy.
I was having stingers, but I'm thinking of
that's
it
ball.
like... That's football.
That's
football.
Yeah.
So I catch a stinger, and then, I just shake my arms out. Like, I'm standing on the field, I'm just playing. I'm like, man,
30 tackles a game.
If you love something, like you give your all for it. So if I catch a stinger, I just was shaking my arms out. You know what I'm saying? I shake my arms out. I'm like, all right, next play. And LSU, they did something good for me by, sending that to the combine. They have to send you a medical report. So I'm glad that they did do it, that we found it, because if they didn't, I would have been out there playing, and I would have hit someone the wrong way or got hit the wrong way, and then that could have been the end of my career.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about, speaking of your career, your college career. Obviously, you stayed here with the transfer portal and everybody leaving and doing things and not having immediate success and being able to go. You were one of the guys that didn't do that. You stayed here. You battled through it. Maybe you should have played at some times and you didn't play. We had Patrick Queen on here about a few weeks ago, and he was talking about the same thing. He had to go through things, and he thought he was going to be a starter. He got that taken away from him, and then all of a sudden he started, and he was able to take advantage of it. Talk a little bit about what went into your mindset on why you stayed here and what made you become the player that you became.
Man, I love LSU. You know, I've been here, you know, been in Louisiana, been here my whole life, grew up watching LSU. So I knew this was always the school that I wanted to go to. You know, you're going to have obstacles, you know, but you can't let, you know, one quote that Ike Johnson always said, he said, I would never let a circumstance or a situation define my life. And that's just what I thought about. Like, if it was easy, everybody would do it. You know, you got guys that, you know, the transfer portal, guys go in the portal and, you know, they still in the portal. You know, it's like, if it's, like I said, if it's easy, you know, everyone to do it, you know, but God gives the toughest task to the strongest soldiers. You know, you just you go through everything for a reason because it's greater good on the back end. So I mean, yeah, it was a dark patch when I was here. I had a rough patch, you know, everyone does, you know, but it's all about how you bounce back and respond, you know. So when I had a rough patch, you know, I just, you know, it was tough, you know, it was tough, but like I wasn't weary. Like you can't quit.
Have you always had this mindset? Because you have the things that you're saying and how you're saying them is something that is not very many people understand, and not very many people have that type of mindset. Has that something that's been something that you've always had, or is that something that you had to develop through the tough times when you're in college?
Well, I give credit back to my little league coaches. I played right here at South Baton Rouge Jaguars. You know, we practiced right here in the Expressway Park. Yeah. You know, they taught me how to play football, taught me all the things. And to this day, I still talk to those guys. You know, and it was, you know, you develop that into you. But as I got older, you know, when you get older, when you playing football as a child, you know, it's like something to keep you doing, like keep you busy. Right. You know, but as I got older, you know, and I got better and better at playing football, you know, that's when the mindset came in. You know, my parents work hard, you know, and one thing my mom told me when I was in high school, she said, you know, if you really want to go to college, you know, playing football, it'll help you because college is expensive. You know, my parents don't make money like that, you know, and so I just keep those things in my head as well. You know, I have a daughter too, so I want to be the one that provide for my daughter. So that's the biggest thing with me. You know, I don't want nobody else. You know, I don't know if y'all have kids or not, but I don't want nobody to provide for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be less of a man if I let someone else provide for my daughter.
What you're saying to me right now is not many people think that way.
Wise beyond his years.
No doubt. Like, you are going to, like, just that mindset and just the way you think is going to give you success. Like, you're going to be a 10, 15-year guy in the NFL because of that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously the physical tools are on there. Like, that's obvious. Run sideline to sideline. When you touch somebody, they're getting tackled. But you don't miss any tackles.
It's funny, though, because it's like you hear him speak, and it almost, if you think about watching him play, it almost comes out literally how he plays. You don't run sideline to sideline if you don't think this way.
Yep.
You shut it down.
No doubt.
You don't chase the plays. You don't chase the plays the way he does. And it makes a whole bunch of sense watching you play. Just listening to you talk a little bit about it.
As far as like competition, people you play, right? Like you're a very high level thinker, right? You think you have your perspective and your mindset is at a different level than most people. So people like that think that way, they like to play against the best and compete against the best. And the better the player, the better they're going to play because their game has to rise to that level. Who's one of the guys that you like to play against the most in college, and who is the guy that, you know, when you saw them, like, hey, we're playing them, it wasn't a team. It was like, I can't wait to go against that guy.
It's kind of hard to say because you play in the SEC, so
right.
the SEC, everyone is like you got to come with your A game every week. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go out there and get embarrassed. So it's really kind of hard to really say, you know, because like I said, you playing against the best every week, and you know, I know, you know, LSU, everybody want to beat LSU. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's just the mindset, you know. And it's so I don't know. I can't really even say it's hard for me to really even say someone that, you know, I was like, you got to come with your A game because you see it every week.
Joubert in practice.
Well, that's about to ask. So you were here at 19, and you got to play with, you were behind with, played for some players that were generational talents. Guys are in the NFL doing extremely well in the NFL. You were on a team 2019 that had, I think, 20 of the 22 starters got drafted to go play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Who was one of the guys that you learned most from? And give me some of those 2019 stories, because that probably helped you become a better football player, having to be behind guys like Patrick Queen and go against Joe Burrow and have to play against guys that are in the NFL and thriving in the NFL.
Well, so I can go back to my freshman year with Devin White.
Yeah.
Like, that was a guy that he was a pro before he was a pro. You know what I'm saying? And I was the last linebacker to go into that room. You know, and then I guess, God just had a calling on me because he put me with Devin. Like, Devin will only make me work out with him. Like, Devin only made me do things. Even when we did, like, position work and stuff like that, if Devin to make me go again, I used to be like, man, like, why he picking on me? I was when I first got there, I was 17 years old. I'm like, man, why he keep picking on me? Like, I don't know. But, man, Devin is a guy that, like I said, he was a pro before he was a pro. Devin used to be so hard on me, man. And then, like, after this past season, I text Devin, Jacob Phillips, and PQ. I text them, and I just told them thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because my freshman year, it was Devin. My sophomore year, it was PQ and Jacob. So, I had guys that taught me how to be a pro before I was a pro, but the guy the most was Devin. Like, Devin used to be so hard on me. And then he used to tell my dad all the time, oh, no, don't worry about it. I got him. Like, I got
That's
him.
awesome.
I'll make sure he's good. And to this day, Devin's still the same way to this day.
Did he text you after you got drafted?
No.
You talked to him? You haven't talked to him since you got drafted yet?
I'm still in the midst of.
Yeah, you got a lot. I can't even imagine the phone. How many people
so
talk to
I'm
you,
still in the midst of, texting everyone back. Like, it's not, it's not me being.
I get it.
I'm just.
It is
so
what it
many
is.
text
We're
messages,
both going through it, so I completely understand it.
Yeah, your phone blows
Looking
up.
forward, man, like getting into the Cowboys organization and kind of who is it that you're looking forward to picking their brains,
Jerry
learning
Jones.
from, whether it's, from front office level, people that you may know, coaches, whether it's players, who is it that you're kind of looking forward to being able to work with and kind of grow with?
Micah Parsons. I mean, I see so much of myself in his game. He's a big guy, rangy guy that can move. And I'm just excited just to get there. And that's something that I always dreamed about doing. And not many people get an opportunity to play on the next level, so I'm grateful for that. But I'll say Micah's a guy, and then just getting to know the defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. Like, that's the biggest thing. I just learning. Learn new things from different guys. But I see and as well as Joubert Cox. I was fortunate to play with Joubert. So. That linebacker room alone is loaded, and for me to go in there and just add to that room, it's real exciting.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something.
Oh, no, I will.
Yeah,
I do have a question. I do have a
When
question.
he was looking, I thought he was about to say something.
I'm ready. You mentioned Devin White was kind of the guy that showed you kind of the way to, I guess, become a football player, become a pro. Who did you take under your wing while you were at LSU, and who's that you decided to be next up in your mind?
I think the person that's next up is Greg Penn. I can't think nothing of it. I talk to Greg almost every day. Well, no, not almost. I talk to Greg every day. That's someone that, Mike Jones came in. Mike Jones was, he already played at Clemson and stuff like that. But for me, I saw myself in Greg because Greg was a true freshman coming in. Mike transferred from Clemson, so he know the things that he's getting himself into. So I said Greg, and I told Greg I tell Greg this all the time. Like, he played last year as a freshman. My freshman year, I didn't play. It takes a lot for a freshman to even get playing time on the level that we're playing on. So I see so much in Greg, and I think this season alone, Greg's he's going to open a lot of eyes.
This past year you went from the highest of the highs to a little bit of a struggle, not you personally, but as a team, right? Last 2020 was COVID, and then last year was not the way that y'all had wanted to go. You had injuries, had a lot of guys end up leaving, and you had a very depleted roster. What I appreciate a lot from you is every day you showed up, you came out there and you played your ass off, and you played like y'all were 11-0 and y'all were going to the national championship, and you took that energy into every single game. What do you attribute that to? One, and two, what did you see from the guys on the team last year, and what was the vibe like of the guys, especially once guys started saying I'm not playing or I'm transferring out?
I mean, to me, it's want to, and the mindset. If you have a timid mindset, then it ain't too good for you. Like, my mindset is I'm the baddest person on this field. Like, that's just the mindset that I have. You got to have that mindset because I said, like you said, we playing in the SEC. You know, you got to bring that A game, you know, every week. You know, and I mean, yeah, it was rough. It was rough, you know, the COVID year as well as this past year. But I also knew that I had guys that was looking up to me. You know, I wore the number 18, so I know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys going to be looking at you for answers. So if I had that mindset of, we losing and, you know, I don't really care, like, that's the vibe that I was giving to the team. So, like I said, my mindset is I'm the baddest person on the field, you know, and I'm going to go out there each week and I'm going to give my all, you know, and I knew guys were going to feed off my energy. So that's why, you know, during the games, like, I talk my trash. I'm being honest. I learned that.
Hey,
Wait,
you should.
I learned
Yeah.
that from Devin, and I learned that from Pat. Like, man, like, talk your trash, like,
Yeah.
within the lines. Like, you know, it's
No.
at some point it's a boundary that you get to.
Hey,
but,
sometimes
yeah.
talking trash. Sometimes that makes you play better because hey, if I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk it, I better be
back
able to
it
go
up.
back that
That's
thing
what I'm
up.
saying.
Yeah.
So, you know, each, like, it don't matter what play it was. Like, I'm gonna talk my trash. You know, I'm like, because like I said, that's my mindset. So, I knew guys was gonna feed off that. You know, even guys on the offensive side, I know, okay, those guys gonna feed off my energy. So I got to go out there and give my all. You know, and I got guys on the defense looking at me. You know, I'm wearing a number 18. Like, come on now.
Yep.
You gotta give your all each week, you know, and that's something that I did. Like, we could have been up by 20, down by 70. Like, it didn't matter. I was gonna go out there and give my all each play.
Who's the best trash talker you had to play against? Who'd you like? Who talked the most trash back to you? You said you like to talk it. Somebody else likes to talk it too.
Bro,
I know
like,
that.
all right, so no, I can't. Man, I'm trying to think. Like, a lot of people really don't like a lot. I don't know why. Like,
Well, they're probably scared of you.
a lot of people don't like. A lot of
Christ, you'd be a
like
fool.
one game that I know, like, that I talked like the most trash was Alabama game.
Of course.
Like, Alabama, I can tell you games. Alabama, Florida, Texas A&M. Like, them 3 games alone, I know I had it on my mind, them games, man. And like, it was like, even in the Bama game, like, you know, like I say, I like,
'Cause
I go
y'all
out
showed
there.
out in
Yeah,
the
I
Bama
go out
game.
there, I have fun. Like, I go out there, I have fun. Like I said, we can be up by 20, down by 7. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna talk my trash. But it was like, you know, Bama game, it's like, they wasn't even like, I make a play, I'm talking trash. Those guys just like, they just walking back to the huddle. I'm like,
Damn.
dang. I'm like,
Couldn't even get no
dang.
eye contact.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Give me
dang.
something.
I'm like, dang, like, you know, but
Wait, that
no,
just make you talk more, didn't it?
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like, I'm like, oh, maybe I get something up out of them, you know. But I mean, that's just, you know, that speaks to those guys as well too, you know. But
Yeah.
I say Alabama, Florida, and Texas A&M game, like, I was just off the
All
roof.
over
Like,
it.
I was, because it's like, you gotta think about it. Those, like, you play the best of the best every week. So like I said, you gotta bring your A game, and I just, you know, one of my things, I just want those guys to be like, man, number 18 from LSU, like, you know, he bring that juice, he gonna bring that swagger and stuff.
Well, you mentioned those 3 games, and it seems like those were the games where the defense showed out the most. And it was kind of an odd kind of feeling around the team whenever it was like the defense, like you can almost draw a line in the sand where you saw the defense start to play much better. What was like the kind of flip, the switch that was flipped between, I guess, whether it was not playing well early on or just maybe a different kind of scheme, it seemed like, when Durante Jones was kind of let loose and let y'all go, because the Alabama game looked totally different than anything we saw a year from the defense.
I mean, we had that bye week before Alabama game, you know, and you know, it was time for us to change some stuff up. So we changed some stuff up, and you know, we went out there and just, like you said,
Flip the
just
switch.
we just went out there and just, like, our hair was on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, it was fun. You know, it's a lot of takeaways you could take from this past year too. You know, like you said, it's highs and it's lows, but ultimately, like, you know, it's a lot of things that you can always take away from it, because one of the biggest things with me that we didn't even have the success like we wanted to have. But one thing I can say about the guys in the locker room, we all stick together. Like, no matter what, we never went in the locker room, you know, pointing fingers and like, oh, it's your fault. Right. It's your fault. You ain't do this. You ain't catch the ball. When we had a chance to catch an interception, you ain't do it. Like, we didn't do that. You know, you win as a team, you lose as a team. You know, and one of the things that, like Coach O always said, you know, one team, one heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? We going to the stadium as one. We're gonna leave the stadium as one.
I'm sure you're around the program a lot right now. Like, you still talk to a bunch of guys that are still here, your old teammates. What's something that you're looking forward to everybody else seeing? Like, what's something that you know that you've seen that you're looking forward to everybody else seeing going into next year with the guys we have on the defense and the guys we have on the offense and the guys that we've brought in? Like, what is something that people aren't really expecting, but you're looking forward to seeing?
The biggest word I can say that I can think about for the team this upcoming year is accountability. Like, that's one thing that for sure you will see out there. Guys will be held accountable for everything. And, I'm still there, working out and stuff like that, doing things there. And I see the accountability that Brian Kelly is putting on those guys. At the end of the day, the coaches can say so much, but the players, at the end of the day, the players got to go out there and play. The coaches can only do so much. So, like, that's the biggest thing that this upcoming season that you'll see is accountability. Guys being held accountable for everything.
What goes into choosing the 18? Does all the former 18s get have a vote on it, or is it a coach's decision? Or
I know one person that have a lot to do with it is Jack Marucci. He's a guy like Jack been there. He's been there for a minute,
Yeah.
He acts in Cox Communication Building for student athletes. Those people, he'll ask the people in the cafeteria. It's all about like the standard of LSU. And that what all comes to the number 18, like being the standard, like being a good person on and off the field. And I meet those criteria. I'm not a guy that, it don't matter. You can be a cafeteria worker, you can be a janitor, you can be someone that helps me in Cox. Like, everyone is still people. You treat everyone how you want to be treated. Like, that's the golden rule of life.
Yep.
And I don't look down on no one because I know at some point that's somebody's mama, that's somebody's dad. Like, those people are someone too, and those people just doing their jobs. Why? So they can feed their family. So that's just how I don't look down on no one.
Your perspective is on a different level.
Right. Oh, well, I was going to ask you. You mentioned championship mindset a little bit. Obviously, you get to play in 2019. When did you know that y'all might have been a little bit different and could win a championship? And then fast forward to the SEC championship, you get a start because Michael Divinity's out. And take me into kind of leading up to that moment whenever you're like, I'm going to play in the SEC championship.
Yeah, so the 2019 year, like, I was playing inside and outside linebacker. That was fun, but after we just had won the New Year's Six Bowl, we had just won the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, and then, we didn't lose that many guys. I think we lost like 2 guys. I think Devin and Greedy was the only 2
Devin
guys.
wanted to come back.
That's what I'm saying. I think Devin and Greedy was the only 2 guys that I think we lost on the defense. Joe came back. You had all those guys that came back, and we just went into the off season. Like, everyone knew the standard. Everyone knew we have a special team. Everyone knew that just put the work in. The standard was, all right, we're going to get the national championship. Like, we're winning that this year, and everybody went to work. It was on the weekend. Guys was up there on their own doing things. Like, the coach used to have to put us out of there because you had guys up there doing things on their own on the weekend and stuff like that. And like Pat said, that one fight that Joe had.
Yeah, where were you in the scrum, dude?
Hey, one thing, when we at practice, when like it's purple versus white, like we was on the purple team, we on the away sideline, and the offense was on the home sideline, defense on the away sideline. So when you go out there, best believe if one purple jersey is out there fighting, we're all going out there. Like that's just how it is. It's a friendly competition, but that's something that you leave that stuff on the field though. You don't go in the locker room with that. If you go in the locker room, you laugh about it. That's just showing you the guys that you have because everyone's passionate about football and wanting to win. So I'll probably say that moment right there alone when I was like, man, we got us a special team. Like, it's just
that number 9.
Just Joe alone showed the savvy that he had in him because he had just gotten into the play before with Jacoby. Next play, him and PQ start fighting. And then you see Jacoby running from about 30 yards away. He just come and he just do what he do. And I'm just like, like I said, if one purple jersey fight, we all in that fight. And I remember it. It happened on our sideline. So, everybody on purple running over there. So then you got guys on the offense, they come from the home sideline. They come running over there, you know, and it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. But that moment right there alone, I was like, man, we got us a special team, and you know, everybody just, you know, went about work every day, and then accountability. Everybody was held accountable both on and off the field.
What
you go ahead.
I was about to say, what for you? I think, like, just kind of looking forward a little bit. For you, this specific injury, you've had a lot of ups and downs in your career. Like, you've gone through a lot of stuff. You've seen a lot of stuff. You've been a starter. You've been off the bench. What has this injury taught you about yourself so far? What thing that's kind of sprung that's new to you that you're like, man, I didn't realize I had this, or I didn't realize I could do this much. What has this taught to you?
It just taught me that I'm made for it. You know, everything happened for a reason. I'm not the first guy that had this injury, and I won't be the last guy. So, you know, maybe I can help the next guy, you know, mentally with the injury, you know, because I never been hurt before, never had surgery before. Like, This was my first surgery, so it was tough on me because, like I said, ever since summer workouts in high school, I was never used to being at home for 2 weeks, literally not doing nothing, just sitting there. And you know, it's like I say, like, it showed me that I'm made for it, you know, and everything that I went through, you know, it's just you know, it's written already. My story written already. It's just, you know, happening at a time, and I can go back and share with guys, you know, about the things that I went through, and look to encourage other people.
Man, you know what? You have something to say?
Yeah, no, obviously you didn't see the injury coming. You get the NFL Combine results. Take us kind of through and it was probably an uncomfortable situation because you expect to get drafted. Probably we were thinking first, second round, and then you get the draft report back, and you start falling in the draft. Kind of take us through that, like where you were mentally, and to finally get that call, you had to be, you know, almost elated, even though it wasn't the round you were supposed to go in. But just kind of through that process of like, man, I don't really know, my future's up in the air, and it shouldn't be.
I mean, yeah, you know, after the season, this past season that I had, it was no doubt in my mind that
you got snubbed from the buckets.
Yeah, hey, everything happened for a reason.
That's a good answer. I'll say it for you. It's bullshit.
There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, I wasn't the best linebacker this past year. You know, I mean, of course, everybody have their up and downs, but one thing I can say, like, I went out there every play and I gave my all, you know, and you know, going into the combine, you know, I didn't think this was gonna happen. You know, I went into the combine knowing that, you know, I'm the best linebacker. You know,
about to show out.
Yeah, and I'm about to go out there and do what I do. So I understand the medical side of it. But I mean, I found out right before I had to go out there and perform. I could have easily, you know, been like, okay, no, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm still finna go out there and just go out there and do what I do, and that's what I did. You know, and it's unfortunate that, you know, that it happened, but I keep saying it, but everything happened for a reason, though. You know, God just was revealing something to me. You know, He does everything for a reason. You know, He put me in a good situation. I'm in a really good situation. Yep. Like, was it stressful? And like, you know, just sitting there and waiting, just keep looking at the phone, man, I'm waiting to get this call. Yeah, it was. But you know, I had my family around me. You know, my family like, oh, we gonna get it. We gonna get the phone call. You know, I'm sitting there watching it. You know, I'm like, are you looking at the screen? It's telling you teams need a linebacker. I'm like, oh, come get me. I'm here. I'm here. Come get me. You know, but you know, and I just know God put me in the perfect situation. I could have been the first pick of the drive. I could have been the last pick of the drive. You know, it really didn't matter to me. All I needed was an opportunity because it's a small portion of people that even make it to the next level.
Yeah, but the phone rings.
That's what I'm saying. It's, you know, it's a small number of people that can even play. You know, that even get drafted. You know, and things changed my perspective because, you know, okay, you know, granted, okay, I would have been a high draft pick. I understand that part, but I had to look at it from my perspective that there's guys that they didn't have surgery. They was perfectly fine, and guys still went late. So I had to think about that too. You know, I was like, you know, everything happened for a reason. That's what I kept telling myself. I'm sitting there, man, everything happened for a reason. I'm grateful to even be here and just to even hear my name called. You know, some guys had to do undrafted deals and stuff like that. So I'm very fortunate to be, you know, in the situation I'm in. I'm happy to be a Dallas Cowboy, and I just can't wait to get out there.
Yeah.
Man, and watch out for Jerry Jones' salt intake. I don't know if you saw Hard Knocks, but that man salts his McDonald's more than he should, so you got to watch out for that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Your perspective and your mindset and the way you go about things. I've always been a fan of yours. I've always known that you're going to have a lot of success. And now after talking to you, I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to have success and you're going to be a long-term, linebacker. You're going to have an unbelievable career in the NFL. I don't want to keep you here for too much longer. You've been here for a long time. You're giving me all your time. I appreciate that, man, but I can't tell this enough. I'm rooting for you. I'm fired up for you. I'm excited for your opportunity. And like I said, I've been a fan of yours from afar, and now I'm a fan of yours from up close. And I have no doubt in my mind you're going to go out there and you're going to kill it. So, bro, thank you so much for coming on the show.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
And anytime you want to come back on. Whenever you go out there and you're balling out in the middle of the season and you got an off week, we're gonna FaceTime, we're gonna video call you, and you'll be on there and you can talk about it, man. Because you got your head on straight, man. The things that you say and how you think about it and how you go about it, you're doing the right stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I just I just want to be a living testament to guys that are around me. I can sit here and talk about Greg all day. That's really, I see myself in Greg. That's really my little brother, and I just, I had guys like Devin and, PQ. I had guys in front of me that showed me the way. So it was only right for me to, do that for someone else, and that's just my biggest thing about just, helping others, because I didn't get to this point by myself.
No doubt, man. Like I said, thank you so much for coming on. It was a blast.
Yeah.
Great interview, great person. Love the way you think. And good luck the rest of the way, bro.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yep, no problem. All right, we're going to take a 30-second break, get reset, tell Damone bye. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Mik'd Up is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Wow, a little special show today.
Great show.
Special show. We had a big day. Jay Mitt shows up out of nowhere. Out of thin air. Shows up on the show. Texted me telling me he can't come until 12 o'clock on the video call.
Making me send him links to video calls.
All of a sudden,
you actually sent one?
Yes,
I
of
didn't
course.
take
all of a sudden he shows up, so he's back. And we had Jay Johnson on here. Great interview. We finally got some of the baseball boys in. And then we just finished it in OT with Damone. This is going to be a 3-hour show, and I feel like we still haven't even talked about anything else, which is awesome. So this is a great day. We also have a team meeting, so we have to shut it down.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
We have a team meeting in 2 minutes, so we do have to shut it down.
Is Jared staying for the team meeting? You're part of the squad.
We already did the what's for lunch because I'm really hungry now. The last thing we do have to do is my curtain call, which you always get mad at me. My curtain calls that are super obvious. My curtain call is for Garth Brooks. Came in this weekend, put on an enormous show. Probably best concert, best performance I've ever seen in my life. I had a great time. Enjoyed it. That's my curtain call, so shout out to Garth Brooks. Thank you for creating Call in Baton Rouge, and thank you for playing it.
Good for you. Good for Garth.
What's your curtain call?
Oh, wait. I had one. I forgot
I
it,
know
though.
you had one.
I know. What was your curtain call, Jared?
Well,
my curtain call might
Jared
be
didn't
Jared
know, I didn't know
Mitchell.
Jared was going to be on the...
I know. Might
look at
be
you.
Jared for just sneaking in and becoming part of the squad. It's not the same without you, my brother. So it's good to have you back.
It's great. I don't really have one, dude. It was
last minute.
It was last minute getting in. I was just
driving.
Good to be back.
Great.
It's good to be back. What a great show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Catch us on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and at Earl's on Friday. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. We're on all podcasts.
Can Tyrann Mathieu be a curtain call?
Apple, yeah, go ahead. Tyrann Mathieu.
Tyrann Mathieu, you're going to be Taysom Hill if he would give up 7.
No,
if
he's not. He can stay with 32.
You think so?
Yeah. He's gonna stay with 32.
What do you think?
Either or.
Yeah, it don't matter. He's gonna stay with 32. I think that's the number. That's his per number.
Maybe play the first 8 games with it. Maybe play the second 9 with.
Who knows?
Get the jersey sales up.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If he wants to make a quick buck, dude,
Yeah.
just go to number 7. It's going to be made on the NFL shop regardless.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'm so
That's
pumped.
definitely a hot sell in the city. Huh?
No
so pumped.
doubt.
God.
We were talking about this before we hang it up. I know we got to go, but could you think of a better player? Well, obviously, there's a lot made of LSU players not going to the Saints, but could you think of a better player?
No.
From LSU to go. Maybe
No.
this is the one that bridges the gap.
This is it.
Even though you hate Jarvis Landry and don't want him to be a
I
Saint.
don't. That's not true. Again, putting words. I love Jarvis Landry. He's one of my favorite players of all time, and I do want him to be a Saint. I just don't think the Saints are going to go out and get him. That's all I'm
Saints.
saying.
Jarvis.
Let's gotta take
Odell.
hot takes over here. They're not all coming.
They're all coming.
Just because they're from Louisiana, they're not all coming.
Jarvis, Odell.
Just bring the whole 2019 team here. We'll
Zach
be all right.
Mettenberger.
He's
Jeremy Hill, what are
not,
you doing?
He's not a coach. Jeremy Hill does Hunt Hill.
Sign him
time.
up.
All right. We're on all podcast networks: Spotify, Apple, and we're on
Yeah,
YouTube. You'll see us again on Wednesday.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Partner live watch party at Earl's for the baseball game on Friday. We'll continue to promote all week. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of this. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
Sorry you're going to lose your bet today.
I'm not losing it. That's gonna happen.
They won't even let you cash out, dude.
I know.
They got you by the balls.
You know.